Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ZSR and welcome to the OTR Standard Weekly Race Standard. And it's the Zora Weekly today. Yesterday we had game 1 of the Grand Finals. I'm not saying how it went. You will find out if there's another one or not. But we had it today. We have a weekly race. We have 19 wonderful racers and we have a wonderful crew. And that crew consists of Out of This World Burrito, Psycho Getsuga, One Traveler on Tracking, and Lady Draco on Tracking. Take it away, folks. It's all yours.
Hello, hello.
All right, how's it going, everybody? It's me, Burrito. How you doing, Psycho?
Doing good, doing good. I think this is actually the first weekly I've actually got to commentate on, so I'm actually excited for this.
Yeah, well, we've been busy here on Zelda Speedruns with a lot of different tournaments going on, specifically Standard, but also we've been having the Master Quest tournament going on, which we have more restreams for that going on. But speaking of the Standard Season 8, we were going to remind everybody that the Grand Finals was yesterday, less than 24 hours ago, so no spoilerinos. So we're not going to be talking about any spoilers on this restream. We're just here to have a good time with the weekly. And the weekly is going to be a good time because we're on League, right, Psycho?
Yes, we are on League in preparation for Season 8 of League, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah. Which signups for League closed yesterday. And we should be hearing about assignments for divisions today or this weekend, depending on how much time our organizers have.
At least by the end of the weekend, I think. Ooh, Adult Lost Woods. Okay,
I do like Adult Lost Woods.
Okay, horseback archery has strength on 1500.
Wow.
And we got 2 big chests in Mido's house. Bow. And slingshot. Okay. Giving him both the adult and child projectile weapons right off the bat.
Already getting some good route divergence. We see 3 runners going straight in to go to SFM to get their song, while one's just like, let me go check out Mido's immediately and then head back to Temple of Time. Probably either going to grab hints or take an early child, which today, by the way, we're watching Aeronaut in the top left, Misenso in the top right, Fur in the bottom left, and Koari in the bottom right.
Misenso got the Glitzless Jump.
Good.
Crater Path to Bongo. See this hint. Cat Village Path to King Dodongo.
Wow. Starting in Lost Woods gets you a lot of information immediately, huh?
Indeed it does. And we get Nocturne from the Minuet check.
Nocturne is a good song to have, especially if we're going to have to go into Shadow Day. We don't know yet, though.
Alright. Kakariko Village to King Dodongo. OoT is Serenade. That's good. And Forest Temple Path to Volve. Oh no.
Oh no? What do you mean, oh no? Everyone loves Forest Temple, don't they?
Depends. Yeah, in chat saying you have to note the DMC path is not the song, so it has to be an item in there.
Songs cannot be on path in these settings, but songs can be marked as important items. And that's really big information, because if we were to get one important item in DMC, then we know it's just the song in there that's important.
Yep, exactly. Because while songs can't be path, the items can lead to the songs. Kind of like in the old days where ZL can no longer be hinted way of the hero, the item can lead to the song.
And speaking of big finds, we already found Mirror Shield in Child Market Shooting Gallery.
And funny enough, we just got the hint that Market is path to Baronade.
So there's either something else there, or that Mirror Shield is going to be a really silly check.
Yeah. And what do we have in the TARDIS? Just some arrows.
Wow, Aeronaut doing the different camera angle for Mido's house.
I don't blame him for this one, honestly.
You can check the chests easier. It's always awkward when you get a big chest near you and you can't see what's behind it.
Exactly. Nice sound effect.
All right, let's see what's in Crate and Graveyard. If we haven't seen it, looks like there's this arrows or something.
Yes.
Yeah. We're seeing Super Kakos. We see Singson and Koari taking a very similar route. Same with Aeronaut. For deciding to go to child early.
Let's see what we got from Talon's chickens. Just some love.
But Malin might have something nice to teach us.
Indeed. Let's see, now what does Dompe give us? Okay, a heart piece and another heart piece.
So while these three are racing, we do want to mention that, again, these are league settings. Those I'm familiar with League. It's a different rule set than what you've been seeing in the standard tournament, which, by the way, there's Minuet. Cool. If you want to learn more about League, there is some information there in the chat if you want to check it out. Again, entry for the season is done, and right now they're assigning divisions because League is a series of 1v1s. You don't have the point round qualifier like we saw in the standard tournament. So these runners are going to be slotted into different divisions to participate in, and the goal is to face people of similar skills. What do you think you're going to be cited in the Saigo? Because you entered, correct?
Yes, I did, and I've mostly been playing through scrubs as well as a few qualifiers. I've only ever made Challenge Cup once, so I honestly don't know where I would be.
Oh, Division 1.
Oh no! If that's with all the top players, then I'm out.
Division 1 is definitely going to be some previous champs. Speaking of being a champ, these things have found Storms and Windmill.
Ooh, that's vanilla.
No, absolutely. That's a good vanilla check to get. That'll give us a lot of checks. That might help Me Think So back in child routing, as they'll be able to go get into bottom of the well if they want to when they come back.
Also, shout outs to Me Think So for doing adult archery, which is a check that does get orphaned pretty often, even because you just walk right by it.
Yeah, usually you're not packing bow this early, but apparently it's paying off since Me Think So just found bomb shoes, and we still haven't found our bomb bag, because that's going to give some explosive checks opening up.
Indeed.
Which will also, again, help with routing. I don't dislike Fur taking child early, especially since they just found a bomb bag there on Andrew, so... I was going to say that, during the inverse strategy has been helping some runners in Season 8. And I'd say going child, however, would definitely be taking the opposite of the popular strategy. And again, it's paying off, obviously, with bomb shoes. So we'll see. I was about to say, maybe staying adult was good with those shoes, but then getting bomb bag as child, wow.
Yeah, that's chat saying that fulfills the King Dodongo from CAC path.
Yeah, bomb shoes, for sure.
No, the bomb bag from Child Chickens.
Alright, bomb shoes can't be path. Too many. Stop putting all the explosives in the same place, then I won't say it wrong.
But it was funny that Me Think So and the the child route and the adult route both talked to Andrew at the same time. It's just Ooh, ZL and Saria.
Alright, well ZL's good to have, especially since Fur doesn't know it yet, but they're going to get Storms as adults, so when they go back to their child too, they could definitely pop into well if they need to at that point.
Yep.
30, 40, and 50, it sounds like it's dead from chat, and...
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, not going to have to collect too many... Oh no, the aeronaut's arrow sound is the PU noise.
I love when people make these sort of cursed sound effects.
Oh. Well, Me Thinks So buying a shield. That's a point for Fur. Fur doesn't have to buy a shield having already found Mirror, so...
That's
Fur's
true.
rolling in the money. And checking out Bomb Shoe Bowling, having Bomb Bag. The only runner that will be able to do that immediately. These other runners, once they go child, they're going to find that Bomb Bag pretty fast, though. I don't think any of them are going to be sleeping on CAC, especially since they're finding Storms as adult right now.
Exactly, yep. I was going to say, yeah, most of the time chickens is something you don't like doing, but yeah, when you have a CAC path, it's like, you may as well do everything.
It looks like Ocarina of Time is Serenade. I don't know if we saw that earlier.
Yep.
And Fur's actually going for Fairy here and grab a hint on the way.
Maybe even two. Skull Mask is dead.
Wow, a lot of inconvenient checks already getting hinted as dead. We love those always hints. And we definitely saw stones and medallions at this point, thanks to Me Think So, and I know Fur checked them out at the beginning, but we've been busy with so much else. So we do want to say that the medallions today are... Spirit is going to be on Queen Goma. the Shadow Medallion's on King Dodongo. Baronade has the Light Medallion, Volvagia has the Forest, and Bongo Bongo has the Fire. Now, in these settings, you need 5 medallions to activate the Rainbow Bridge, and you need 6 medallions to get Ganon's boss key. So we could have something in Ganon's castle, but depending on how the logic shakes out, oftentimes we don't have to worry about it too much, or it's a very slim place to be checking anyways.
Yep. And also Aeronaut buying the Hylian Shield.
Looks like Me Think So is going to go out and farm some rupees, as they don't have enough to actually do Child Shooting Gallery right now. So they'll likely do that later when they come back.
The classic Haunted Wasteland has 0 important items.
We love seeing 0 important items in Haunted Wasteland.
I know one person in the community who would disagree with that.
Yeah? I don't like going to Haunted Wasteland if I don't have to, so... I can see the argument if you get wallet early, though, and you don't have explosives, pick some shoes up on the way, but we're getting Bomb Bag immediately, which that's not stopping Aeronaut from going and doing Dodongo's Cavern with their 10 shoe pack anyways.
Oh, yeah.
Even if for whatever reason they don't have enough shoes to complete DC, like say they make it oopsies, they can still always come back here later, because we know that at this point we're going to have to do it for that Shadow Medallion.
Yep.
And we've seen that claim check is dead hint already, but there we go again, in case we missed it the first time.
Yeah, but I think
and
everyone else is kind of retracing all the other runners' steps, with Aeronaut being the one that has new checks. Oh. Blowing up the eyes from the left side.
It's a good setup.
And nicely done.
Those shoe setups always get me. I just end up winging it, and then I burn up all my shoes.
Yep, and I do. Yep, same here.
I'm still the type of player who goes up on the bridge and slowly drops them one at a time.
Yep. And there is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely not. For grabbing that heart chest in there, as our runners are going to want to get up at least 5 of their heart containers to make Volvagia a little bit easier should they be unlucky and not find a Goron tunic.
Yep.
And we're going to see some Lost Woods checks now using those explosives on Fur's side while Aeronaut continues through Dodongo's Cavern.
I was gonna say he's also skipping that that bombable wall check.
Yeah, well, he's probably trying to manage his chew count.
That is true. Yes.
Yeah, because think about it, for everyone, if you have to come back for the first bombable wall, that's a lot better than having to come back to kill Dongo later.
Very true.
Which Aeronaut is definitely a runner capable of doing bomb shoes on Dodongo. I am not. But I know Aeronaut's got that.
Because you would need at least 3. One to get into the arena, and then 2 to find a way to get into the mouth.
Oh yeah.
And
which they're sitting at 7, and they're going to need to use 1 more, like you said, to get into the boss fight. So they'll have some extra attempts here. Lining up the perfect jump. Good job there or not. So we see Fur actually working through Adult Goron City, having gone out from Lost Woods into GC. He's going to go check the maze. We see Me Think So and Kowari basically taking the path Fur did just a little bit later and working through Lon Lon and then going over to CAC. And it looks like Fur's just going for it, having the bombs.
Yeah, he must have saw something.
Oh, yep, there's a big chest right there. Another marked Baronade path in.
And it looks like Aeronaut did go for that big bombable wall check, and it was nothing, so he just saved scum to choose.
Oh, that's a very smart use to choose. It's not too much of a time loss to save scum shoes in BC, especially in this scenario. It becomes more of a difficult buy if you've already moved a long distance or you found something that might be worth keeping, like fire arrows.
And there's the bomb bag for Me Think So.
which Fur did find another bow in the back of the maze.
Mm-hmm.
So that's our second bow. Now in these settings, the items are required only, so it is possible that you might only have one bow or one slingshot available when normally you would have 3.
Yep. Yeah, in fact, I was playing a few seeds, and all of a sudden I kind of got stopped at a certain place. I'm like, oh yeah, remember, required only.
That's why when you get hints that are hinting specific items, it's a good idea to maybe just think of that as your only available one. If it's in a really inconvenient spot, you could try and roll the dice and be like, I might find a second one. But again, your second and third upgrades are not guaranteed in this rule set.
Yep.
I think you're going to find people who play hints more aggressively in this season and get rewarded for it. And similarly, you're going to find more people who maybe start taking risks in this season and get punished for it. I think that required only setting can really trip people up, especially if you're coming off another rule set, which, speaking of getting tripped up, Fur's finding a big box. Oh yeah, there's magic. That's a great early grab since we start with wind. That's going to give Fur a lot of movement.
Yep, and we also just got the hint that Darunia's Joy is a strength upgrade, which is actually vanilla, so we need Staria's.
Oh, Darunia actually coming into play for once.
Oh, and that was top of Crater Magic. Okay, and that was our path for which one? Bongo? What it looked like?
Yeah, DMC to Bongo.
That makes sense. And Zora's Fountain has one major item. Oh, Ruto's Letter in the crater too.
Crater has actually got a lot. That could be your path item as well, but I don't know. Magic to get in the door. Probably that one.
More than likely.
Alright, so we see Aeronaut finishing DC, but deciding to go back up DMT immediately. Kaori, methinks so, working through Lost Woods, and for Chicken Fairy.
Let's see, target in the woods on me thinks so. Just gives him a piece of heart.
Yeah, that's an easy check to Orphan. So getting it now is great. And by the way, I had this question asked to me the other day when I was playing Rando on my stream. Orphaning means deciding to leave a check behind because it's already there and you're like, I don't want to go back for it. It's bad density check. So let's say we didn't have Slingshot at this point, did everything else in Lost Woods, got Slingshot way later. Our runners might go, that's kind of out of the way. I'm just not going to get it if that's the important thing. Oh well.
Ooh, yeah. And yeah, we just got hit for Valley to Goma.
We got Zora's Fountain, one important item on Aeronaut's stream, and then he found blue fire arrows.
But yeah, orphaning is definitely that same as that mindset. Yeah, just when you go so long without thinking about that check, when you have the item and it's like, that's out of the way.
So Gerudo Valley to Goma, and we already have a slingshot like Venator in chat saying. So probably Kokiri's sword sitting out there somewhere.
Yep, more than likely, or something that leads to it.
The only thing I'd be thinking about with the Gerudo Valley him is it behind Hammer Rock?
Ooh, yeah.
That's the tricky thing.
If it's a 1 in 3 chance.
Alright, so first checking that bottom of a wall that Aeronaut had to leave behind after scumming those shoes and got bomb shoes out of it himself. So I say if I had to categorize the style of play I'm seeing right now, I see Methinks So and Kaori being the two of the more thorough players this seed with the routing they're choosing. I think it's a very safe route to play. Having stayed adult for a little bit longer, did basically as much as you could do, going back to child, and now basically doing as much as you could do. Aeronaut does seem to like sticking with adult longer based on previous races I've watched. Aeronaut still has not gone child once. While Fur actually just almost went child immediately, did some checks in there, and kind of got rewarded for it with that bomb bag.
Yep.
So I do like seeing path divergence. That's one of the strengths of having 4 people on restream is usually at least one of them is going to do something different.
Mm-hmm.
And to Kirby, Rush Ice? No.
Not at this point, because we'd have to go back child and turn in the letter to get us to have a bottle.
That's true. Well, Aeronaut wouldn't. Blue fire arrows.
Oh, that's right. We have blue fire and magic.
Yeah, well, Aeronaut hasn't found magic yet, but they're about to. Alright, so Aeronaut's seeing that freestanding item there in Crater is letter, so Aeronaut's going to jump down, is going to have to farm some health to increase their timer a bit, and they're probably going to push for that.
Quarry going for...
So, yeah, going for the far scrub in woods. I like it. I don't like leaving this one behind. It always makes me nervous.
Yep.
There's that nice hint again.
Get the hint. And Quarry going for the Goron pot.
And then me thinks so playing Nocturne out of here, back to Cat. Let's see what's in the Goron pot here. This one, the Goron pot was trolling me last night. And first opening the back path to DC, and methinks is actually going to go check Composer's Grave, which we have not seen yet either, so we'll get to see a song back there.
And we just get 20 bucks.
Mm-hmm. All got paid out. Kaori didn't have a full wallet, so, grabbing that's not bad. For songs so far, yeah, we have Nocturne, Storms, Lullaby, Minuet.
And that's it.
And that's it. That's what we're seeing on stream. In these settings, as a reminder, we start with Prelude. These settings have some quality of life in them, which is starting with Lens, Wind, and Prelude. And a fun quirk we like to talk about with this setting, the League settings this year, is that you cannot brute force treasure chest minigame. You have to have Lens to actually logically complete it. The C won't let you. And there's a Pona song, so add that to the song list.
Yep. Yeah, Lens and Magic are required.
Well, yeah. You can't mess with it. No gambling on treasure chest minigames, sorry. Your
Nope.
1 in 32 is now a definite 0.
I've seen a few recent races where the race was decided by brute forcing the 1 in 32, and oh my gosh, it makes the outlook of the race so interesting.
Yeah, but it also feels bad from the runner's perspective, losing in a 1 in 32.
Yeah.
So I understand why that setting was made.
Yep. We get double defense from the Composer torches.
As somebody who would be in Division 9 if it existed, I do love getting double defense.
Okay, if I had to honestly guess which division I'd go for, I'd probably be in 5 or 6.
All right, I'm going to say you'd be in 4. I'm just going to up you once and say that you'd be higher.
I appreciate that. We'll see.
Yeah, so that no brute force setting is a new setting in the randomizer, which I believe you can test on the current dev version 8.3, which Trez is looking for people to help test that. If you want more information on that, check out the Ocarina of Time randomizer Discord. I believe there was an announcement made yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you're not too keen on testing it, but just want to check it out, you can always go to the OocarinaTimeRandomizer.com, OOT.randomizer.com, and you can just flip to the dev version instead of the stable, and you can play around. One of my favorite settings is, it's not on the dev branch, but for League, Rudo is on floor 1. Shoutouts to Never Doing Jabu Basement.
Love that. First saw that on one of the more recent seasons of Scrubs, and it is a godsend to not have to go down to the basement.
Yeah, it saves you like 2 minutes of your life. It's great. So we're seeing the first peek at the bottom of the well, Methinks So stream in the upper right. It's doing some peaks right now. Not seeing anything too much, but remember, in League, we also have keyring. So bottom of the well is even more loaded than it usually is.
Oh,
However,
yes.
Keep in mind that because it's only items required, your keyring could be locked behind a key door. So If you go down here in League and you don't find your keyring and you have no keys to get in, just remember anything behind a locked door, so the like jail and the room before it, don't worry about it. You don't need it anyways.
Yep. I had a seed where I got no keys in the beginning part of Fire Temple. It told me, okay, fire is foolish. Perfect.
Yep, that's probably the best example of why people love key rings in this setting is, oh, I don't have to go anywhere past the first room of fire? Cool. But so after 22 minutes, Aeronaut's finally in Child 1, by the way. Just want to point that out.
Oh, yeah. And on that same note, yeah, DTG also becomes that much stronger because, yeah, with 9 keys right off the bat, it just takes away those 9 key chests, and it's now items.
Mm-hmm. On the flip side, though, GTG is one of the ones that becomes scarier because unlike Bottom of the Well, where the majority of chests are just there, if your keyring's in a nasty place, like one that I've already time blocked in the lava room, if you don't have Song of Time, that keyring's just sitting there staring at you, and you can't do anything in the maze, or everyone's...
Mm-hmm.
So first chasing that cack path, when obviously Fur's like, okay, that's bombs, but there could still be something else here. Just because you have a path doesn't mean it rules out everything else. And I'm going to do some graveyard checks I haven't done already.
Kawari gonna go for the second hint here in Hyrule Castle.
Mm-hmm. The second hint in Hyrule Castle can have useful information in these settings, though. Hyrule Castle, wow, that was the worst guard spot. They got robbed on that hint, and that's not their fault. That's a really cheeky guard spot there. Mm-hmm. But in these settings, Hyrule Castle 3, so the Storm's Grotto hint back there, as well as Cowweb Grotto near the Gerudo Valley entrance in these settings are always junk hints. So you will not find any useful information in those locations, so you don't need to worry about it. However, I believe I've heard that junk hints are funny, so if you need to kill time of day, why not stop by and see what they read? I think baseball wrote them.
Sounds about right.
So, speaking of keyrings, though, methinks so is going to see the keyring chest right there and ignore it.
Almost ignored it.
Go back and grab it because it's like, wait, I still gotta check like.
Yup.
Don't want to leave that behind. And we're seeing Richard on Koari's stream here.
More sticks.
That's appropriate to get from the dog check, I think.
Ooh, Child Spawn is the adult shooting gallery in CAC.
That is a fun one. You can get spawns that are normally only open to the other age. Usually it's not a big deal, though. What is a big deal is this big chest we think So's finding, and, well, which is Hookshot.
Hookshot, let's go. Let's go.
All right, that's already a major advantage. Even though I think Koari's going to probably be getting in the bottom well here soon, doing Child Cack like this.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe Tajik's name is Boomerang or Boomerang's in Spirit. Yeah, I'm more than willing to think that Boomerang's gonna end up in Spirit Temple, with the Mirror Shield being the only thing we found so far in Market.
Hmm. Our runners probably don't want to hope that it's not in Spirit Temple, given that Spirit is stone with the Kokiri Emerald this scene. But yeah, I mean, if Shield's the only thing we find in Market, we still have Poe Merchant. So there could be something on the Poe.
We have Poe Merchant, and we do logically have access to Treasure Chest game.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, we haven't seen TCG. So yeah, if it's not on TCG or Poe, then it's got to be behind Shield. Which obviously Spirit Temple's the most dense place for checks for Shield, or the only checks for Mirror Shield.
Yep.
I'm like, wait. I've been looking at MQ, so now I'm getting it twisted. I'm like, wait, isn't there other stuff? Because again, as a reminder, we have MQ tournaments going on, and it's getting close to the finals of that. So make sure to check it out when it's restreamed here on Zelda Speedruns. I know there's a race tomorrow. I don't know if we have a full crew for it yet, but then there's some more races throughout the week for the Master Quest tournament.
I've only ever seen like snippets of Master Quest played on the other YouTube videos and streams, and it's like, oh dear. Like, there are a few things I know, like Jabu loves cows apparently.
Yeah, Jabu loves cows. Song of Time is slightly more useful. Spirit Temple is whack.
That's the main thing I remember. Yeah, and the Symphony Room is what I've heard about.
The Symphony Room is definitely a pain in terms of checks. I just think it's funny that the logical, casual entrance to Spirit Temple for adult is the hammer, the Megaton Hammer shortcut.
I just saw a hint regarding. I saw a hint regarding frogs and the other hook shot.
Anyone in chat see that one clearly? Frogs hook shot. Frogs have the other hook shot.
But I couldn't tell if that was Frogs 1 or Frogs 2.
Yeah. That's going to become problematic. While Morph is not required, and technically Twin Robo isn't required, so we get Long Shot locked in. Well, we actually won't. Well, yeah, no, we have to have keys by then.
Yep.
So really, we don't have to do Morpha, potentially, because we know Ocarina of Time Serenade anyways, so we don't care about the song on it. Yeah, that might get a little sticky, though. We'll see how that shakes out. I would believe that our runners will see that information and go, I am not going to worry about that. Specifically, Methinks so is not going to worry about that, already finding a hook shot. Methinks is going to see, okay, well, if I need the long shot, I know where it is. But otherwise, I'm not going to worry about it. So Fur is the first one to be making that valley play, likely chasing that Goma path. Fur doesn't have hammers, so if it's behind the hammer rocks, we won't be able to see what that is. But they do have some shoes, so they could check the crate and peek what it is. I don't think they're going to be... Can you get over to that crate as adult without hovers?
You can. It's a very precise jump slash.
Got it. I usually see the hover strat, so I honestly just forgot.
All right, here comes the two strats to peek the crate.
Nice.
It is not the crate. Yep, it is not the crate.
If it's not this, then it might be behind the waterfall. That'll be the last place to look, right?
Yep.
That's what Fur is setting up for. Fur is setting their spawn up here, so if they go down and they don't get anything, they'll take a death, having only 2 hearts, and they'll warp back up here.
Yep. Very, very clever.
I couldn't quite see what was behind the waterfall. It's hard to look.
Ooh, okay. Treasure Chest game is Hylian Shield, so that boomerang is behind Mirror Shield, unless it's on Big Pose.
That's whack.
And I think I saw that might have been a big chest on Hammer Rocks. That's probably what we saw as he passed by.
I think there was a rupee behind the waterfall. So it looks like Kokiri's sword might be hammerlocked, which is probably the worst place it could be in.
Yep, indeed.
And then, man, Mirror Shield to Baronade is a spicy one. Fur looks like they're waiting for time of day so they can do horseback archery and get that... What was it? It was strength that was hinted earlier?
Yes.
Yeah, strength on 1500.
Yep. And
considering they haven't found a strength yet, that's a good one to grab, especially since I believe Fur has seen the Darunia's Joy hint.
Yeah, and I want to... It feels like this might be... If we haven't seen... We don't know where Saria's is.
No. If Saria's is in ice, I take back what I said earlier, and Kirby fan was right, Rush Eyes. Because to your point, Saigo, it is looking like we're going to go to Spirit.
Yep. It is more than... I feel it's very likely.
Kari getting the quick kill on Deadhound, making it look easy. Maybe it is, and I'm just not there yet.
Also, the one thing I did notice when I was playing some of the League scenes is you're no longer stopped by the Carpenter yelling out to you when you enter the room.
Oh yeah. The thief just spawns.
Or you still have to talk to him, but you don't get the quote unquote cutscene of him talking to you.
Oh yeah, he's like, hey, come over here, I got something for you.
Yeah. I had a few moments where that tripped me. I'm like, wait, doesn't he talk to you?
So Aeronaut's finally getting around to Lost Woods checks. Methinks so went adult now, gonna put that hook shot to use. And Koari's still working through Bottom of the Well, which they are about to be rewarded for it, as I believe the hook shot was in this next room.
Yes.
And then we see Fur do 1500 HPA.
And I imagine after this, Farrah will probably make a dip into GTG.
Yeah, you're already out here, and worst case scenario, you just set wind and come back later.
Yep.
Fur likely already has that in mind and is going to make use of that magic. Hit all the pots, nice.
That's
the target shot.
And
you do too.
Done. 1520. Nice. Yeah, I always go for the pots.
Yeah, I used to go for the target, but somebody gave me the advice of go for the pots first, and it's easier. And yeah, it's a little bit easier. So it's still getting there, but there's first strength. And then methinks so looks like they're going for the Poe here, so it's continuing to follow that market path, and they do know that Mirror Shield is the only other thing they found, so we'll find out what's on Poe here immediately.
Yep.
Yep. It looks like Koari went immediately back to adult after finding that hook shot.
Yep. And Aeronaut's gonna get the opponent's song from Composer Grave. Maybe also get double defense.
They'll most likely do flame storage to get those torches, yeah.
Frogs 2 is the hook shot. Okay.
Okay, so if we need long shot, we gotta get all our tunes, which, again, we don't have to do all dungeons a day for the song. So there is that reprieve if we end up needing a long shot for something, but with water being a stone, not looking good unless something's stuck behind a long shot check.
Yep.
Alright, so we're gonna see Big Poe right now. Methinks so stream in the upper right.
Ooh.
Oh, it's Boomerang. Okay, well, there's your Baronade path.
Wow.
All right.
Right at the end.
Right at the end. That's resolved.
Banana.
And it looks like Koari has the same mind, chasing that, knowing that that shield could be path, but rather it not be. And yeah, to pulse. No, don't touch spirit. You don't have to. First setting wind in GTG right now, though. Already haven't gone through the first rooms. Peeking the freestanding. Was that Deku seeds? I think it was.
Don't know.
It was just a little glowing thing, and I'm like, that looked like Deku seeds. Methinks so, though, taking this opportunity to do some Hyrule field checks.
That makes sense.
You know, these important, they might just be doing it for hints, to be honest, because re-looking at what we have, we're still missing at least one important item hit.
Yep.
So.
Ooh, we got something out here in the field.
Oh, yeah. There's the Zora hook shot one.
Yep. Scale. Okay.
Alright.
We already have access to Jabu thanks to bombs and ZL.
Mm-hmm. Scale has been one of those items in these league seeds where I noticed that since it's not required settings, I don't, or required only, whatever scale locks, like River to your point, we just get Lullaby and explosives before I find a scale.
Yep. Alright, River Chest is nothing with a Dark Link loop.
Mm-hmm. It looked like Diving Grotto was also nothing with Koari, just checked it. And it looks like Methinks so is going to check the south.
It looks like, oh, Ferris probably setting up Dompe time. Because going back to...
Good point, yeah.
Because fun fact about Outside Games Castle, it sets it to the earliest part of night, which gets you immediate Dompe access in Night Graveyard Child.
Yeah, it's a really excellent way to manage your time of day. And there's Koari finding the scale. So it looks like Methinks so and Koari are doing Hyrule Field checks to go out to Gerudo Valley and chase that path, which they will find that is locked by Megaton Hammer, but while they're out there, they'll likely take the same path as for heading into Gerudo's training ground, and if they don't do a lot of it, they'll at least set wind there. Unless they didn't get up to DMC. I don't think they have, actually.
No, because we'll have seen...
Well, we still don't have Bolero, so they would have had to hoof it up there.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. That's why that song's locked by hook shots. We haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, Aeronaut was up there, but they didn't get magic when they were up there, as they grabbed Rudo's letter, and after that they just left because they didn't want to.
Oh, they didn't
back
do the
up
top
and check the grotto. No.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna. Aeronaut will get back around to it. It's just pushing that check a little bit later is going to hurt for some overworld movement, especially if Aeronaut moves out to GTG to check that sooner, because they won't be able to drop their wind to get back there. You think so? Setting up for the bomb chew. check that crate. Good hit. Sees it isn't the required item for getting around a Dampé digging, like you pointed out, Saigo. Stick. So Aeronaut's gonna peek this, but what's Aeronaut doing after this? Probably well. No, looks like going back to adult.
That is a good question. Yeah, what do you do? Well, because yeah, like you said, he missed out on the magic in the crater.
Oh, looks like maybe he has some market checks to do.
Maybe.
Yeah, because Aeronaut's definitely been taking a much different path than the other runners with how long they stayed for adult. Again, their adult 1 segment was 22 minutes compared to where everyone else was at least in their first child by then.
Oh.
So Aeronaut is
he's not doing, he's getting the mirror shield, and he'll need to do chicken gathering to get the bomb bag.
Right. It's actually surprising how long he's put off of doing child cac. Part of that might have been managing time of day, but he's had Nocturne. For finally in bottom of the well. We'll get rewarded with it, as we know with the hook shot. And then Me Think So's got their Gerudo membership cards. Gonna walk back out, go do HBA, then go down to GTG. I'm expecting Kawari just to do the same thing again. Don't mean to keep repeating that, but they're taking very similar philosophies here.
Yeah, Kawari has just been chasing Me Think So for a little while.
I think the only difference was Me Think So. I think they dipped out of something a little bit earlier than Kawari, and Kawari was a little bit more thorough at one point. I think that's the major difference between the lag between the two of them. So looking at the basically 3 different routes we've had, which was an early child with Fur, a long adult one with Aeronaut, and the Me Think So and Kawari, who I would say is probably doing what would, on paper, look like the strongest thing to do. Which one of these paths or routing do you maybe see yourself in, Saigo, or think is strong in this context?
To me, it all really depends on what you start off as, whether it's adult or child. But in this instance, because both of them have their rewards. I would say the adult would be a little bit of a stronger deal, but that's just me.
Yeah. Absolutely. I kind of liked for going adult child immediately. We've been seeing a lot of those aggressive inverse plays from Zavi, and that's something Zavi's known for, is doing the opposite of whatever he starts as. And I'm becoming a fan of it. It's like an aggressive way to play. And you know that you're going to be setting yourself up on a different routing than whoever else you're playing against, unless I guess if it's Zavi. So it might pay off just in that simplicity routing. And again, I got Fur, the early bomb bag, which has helped with some routing overall, where Aeronaut stretches adult with bomb shoes. And then Me Think So and Kawari played a little bit more safely with those shoes.
Yep.
And now we're seeing Me Think So enter GTG. And doing the left side. Kawari finishing horseback archery, getting their first turn. Aeronaut decided to check the chest as child, going over there and hitting instead, which is definitely what I would do.
Yep. Yeah. For me, Gerudo Valley, I would be more up to do as a child than adult.
Yeah, it's not a great place to have to get out to, but you can kind of you can check Diving Grotto or go from Lalon like Aeronaut has done, and it's not too bad. And then you don't have to worry about any choose strat setups, especially since Aeronaut only has 4 choose left and still hasn't found his bomb bag. And then, yeah, definitely there was something not great behind Waterfalls. Aeronaut saw it on the way down.
Yep.
Free shirt. Yep, getting a free shirt. Zora Tunic's not that exciting to see this seed, considering we have stone water. We'd rather not have to go into Central Pillar.
We also don't know we haven't been told what's in the toilet yet.
Nope. That's true, though. That could be important for toilet. Toilet without Tunic, very doable, but very annoying. Yep. treasure chest minigame we did get a hint into earlier that it is a Hylian shield. The two major ones was Cloud Shooting Gallery and Big Poe.
Yep. And then to answer the question in chat, is lens logically required for well? There is a setting on here that kind of says you could do a lensless in well, so it's not logically required.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing that's logically required behind lens are treasure chest game and wasteland crossing.
Mm-hmm. Now, Aeronaut just peeked the Ruto's letter spawn in Lake. They don't have scale, so they couldn't get whatever it was. I didn't quite see what they saw. And we are seeing some custom models here today on Restream. Seeing some love for the classic Link model for his rocking. They'll see Kawari running Dark Magician Girl and Hinata.
Yep. Also, our first look into Forest Temple on Fur.
Oh, that's true. We're finally in Forest, chasing that Volvagia path, probably hoping to find Hammer sooner rather than later.
Yep.
And even more exciting, Aeronaut's doing child fishing.
I swear, I feel like fishing has burned me more than all the other checks in the game.
Anytime I don't do fishing, I get burned by it. Anytime I do fishing, I get whelmed by it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just something you gotta do. You can't forget about it unless you get, like, a Foolish Lake or something, or in these settings, 0 important items in Lake Hylia. Ooh, I mean, think so. Missing the jump. That's a tough jump to do without hover boots in the Silver Rupee room.
Kirby fan.
Probably fan Ganon.
Jeez,
probably.
That's a bit mean, but possible.
Yeah, there's been a few memes this season. Well, in the standards rule set season, main ones being that Phantom Ganon's always holding, and then Stone Shadow finds a way. I don't know if those trends will continue this season. I would like to see some fresher memes. These other memes have been sitting in the back of the fridge for a while.
Yeah, I'm definitely familiar with the Stone Shadow finding a way, which has still been a thing this last season.
Yeah, one thing that might help prevent it is, again, the required only checks and having a keyring. If you go into Shadow, Cross, and you don't find a keyring before the Gibdo room and then the room that leads into the hallway down to the guillotines, then you don't have to do the rest of Shadow. But speaking of doing the rest, Fur just found strength in Forest Temple.
Strength 2, and that was... I'm just thinking...
Yeah. That wasn't Strength 1 locked, though.
It was not. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't know if that's the item, but that could be your path item, so we'll put it down. Maybe touch Spirit again? Oh, more like go back to GTG and see what's behind the silver block. But
that's more or less what I'm thinking, too.
Really don't want to go out to Stone Spirit. Oh, we find the keyring in Force, though, so we're going to have to keep pushing in here. Because unfortunately, again, this was a path hint, so there could still be other important things in here. But more importantly, we do, we probably have a little suspicion on Phantom Ganon here.
Mm-hmm.
An important item check, though. If we only had, one important item check in Forest Temple, and we found that strength, I'd be out of here. If it was not a medallion, but it's a medallion. Aeronaut pausing on the frogs. Aeronaut hasn't gone to bottom of the well and found the hookshot yet, so Aeronaut seeing hookshot on frogs 2 is not what he wants to see right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so frogs 2 is actually would be our long shot. Hook. Yeah, because Aeronaut's going to CAC right now. It's going to do Child CAC and run into bottom of the well with storms. So he'll find his actual hookshot. So we may not need that long shot since we don't need to do water. Yeah. Serenade on Ocarina of Time hints, really saving everybody from sweating bullets about all dungeons.
And also early boss key.
Yeah, it is. That's a cool boss key spot. But first deciding, I'm done here, let's go back to GTG. This might be the let me go look for what's behind that silver block.
That's exactly what I was thinking too. Yeah, at this point, you have the warp, you have strength 2, just go for it.
Mm-hmm. I didn't see them peek maze, Was there something big in Maze? Because if there was, Fur might be thinking that key ring's back there and they want to get to that sooner than later. Similarly, there's still the check that's behind the transparent wall or whatever in Maze that you can't really peek unless, you know.
I don't
you
think
go
I didn't see anything big in the maze.
Yeah, I didn't either, but I didn't pay too close attention. Kawari going to the back of DC to get a Skulltula.
Interesting.
This is usually a Skulltula play you don't see. But maybe Kawari's really close to pushing 20, and they want to get it sooner than later.
And Skulls is nothing?
Yeah, if Skulls was like, you know, you had 30, 40, or 50, I'd understand, but we do know 10 is dead. So we're still looking for that 20. Aeronaut playing Prelude back to Child Market, having found Bomb Bag. Didn't actually go into Well.
No. Might want to do Bomb Chew Bowling first before kind of finishing off in the well.
Yeah, it can work back there. It's not that out of the way with Nocturne, and Bomb Chew Bowling is very quick, as well, not the longest place to be in, but it's definitely longer than doing Bomb Chew Bowling. And then we're going to see something new on Fur's stream in the bottom left, heading back into the chest room. There's 4 checks back here, and there's already a big chest.
Ooh, that could be our hammer.
Our starting song was Prelude. In League settings, it's always Prelude.
Slingshot.
Oh, no, there's another slingshot.
Okay. Okay, so it's not Strength 2, so there's something else in Forest. Or at least not in GTG.
Oh, Stone Spirit might be the one fighting away today.
But also of note, we have not found our key ring here in GTG.
No, we haven't. And before key rings in toilet. Uh-oh.
We're running out of check. That's what I'm thinking.
Because when they peeked the maze, I don't think there was a keyring box in there. Uh-oh. No. I think keys are in the I think someone flushed the keys. Okay. Oh, wait, we still have this room. That's right. Megaton Hammer Room. I always forget it exists.
Yep.
You're just in and out of here. So it looks like the one behind the fire is not a key. Looks like it's a minor item. Let's see what killing the enemies gives us, though. This could bail us out of going swimming. Looks like Fur's actually dropping wind here. Probably will opt to not do toilet.
It's keys in the toilet.
Someone flushed the keys, but I don't think Fur's interested. I think Fur peeked the maze and didn't see anything, so I think Fur's just out of here. But they said wind, so they want to come back.
Yeah, but I don't think I saw anything in the maze, so it might not be for anything. Who knows?
Yeah, I suppose. But we do have things doing the push block room in forest, and Fur is entering in forest, so we got double forest right now. We're in the woods. Kawari checking that tenor. Didn't get anything out of this. We know 10's right.
I think we're getting triple forest.
Oh, we're getting triple forest.
Triple forest!
Oh, and a big chest in the push block room. This could be the path, which would make way more sense than strength. That's a bow. That was bow locked.
Bow locked bow.
Definitely not that one.
Nice bow locked bow.
Sick. Alright, Aeronaut getting around the bottom of the well now, having gone back after doing Bomb Chew Bowling. So to your point, Saigo, you're correct. They wanted to do the faster Bomb Chew Bowling option before committing the well.
And he'll be very happy once he finds the hook shot here.
Yeah, he'll be like, oh, sweet. Aeronaut is definitely the style of player who tends toward playing more aggressively, I think. And Frogs 2 is definitely not an aggressive play.
No. And we think so getting the jump slash recoil.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what's on the floor master in here. We already have our keys, so we know that this has got to be an item. Or a heart. I count hearts as items in my heart.
Will we see the infamous quad forest, though? Maybe.
Aeronaut's still got about like 2 minutes-ish, minute and a half left of bottom of the well, so probably not. We could see Aeronaut starting Forest as...
Yeah, I can just see him just getting the hook shot and then bailing, then go to Forest for progression.
I could also see him just saying, it's time to go to Gerudo's Fortress, having Bo. Go check, go get strength off of the HBA, and then dip into GTG like we saw the other runners do already. Because Aeronaut not having strength can't finish Forest like the rest, which makes Forest a little bit less appealing.
True.
So right now, in terms of Forest progression, Me Think So got in there a little bit sooner than everyone else. So Me Think So should be finishing first. He'll get strength in Forest, though. That's true. I just don't know if Aeronaut's the type of runner who'd want to dip Forest. Dipping Forest isn't that attractive, generally, but in these settings, could be since you get her key ring early and it opens up a few things.
Wallet?
There's a wallet.
Tunic logic? Oh dear.
Rather not. Yeah, you do know Forest's path to Evolve. It is important. The only path we haven't really resolved is this Force one and then Gerudo Valley, but it's Gerudo Valley to go, but we already had slingshots elsewhere, so
Yeah.
I don't know when. It's either a Kokiri sword or something that leads to Kokiri sword.
Yep. Which is currently locked behind Hammer, which is on our Evolve path.
Yeah.
More than likely.
At this point, yeah, we've already found there were strengths available elsewhere, so I don't think it could be the strength that's in here.
No,
And
correct.
And then the tunic isn't looking great. But Virgil's point in chat, yeah, you don't want it to be the tunic logic in this situation, but I don't think you ever want it to be tunic logic. Zora tunic was a GG, would be Hammer and Fire, maybe?
That's the thing we're kind of hoping to avoid with the wallet with a wallet path.
Yeah. It could be that, we just don't want it to be that.
Exactly.
So we're not going back to adult. We're about to find out right now if it's a GTG or minuet play. It looks like he's walking out, and so I'm going to say that this is a GTG play.
Oh, and he's finally getting his
Question
medallion hints.
Oh, I didn't even realize he never checked a pedestal. He's been doing this whole time without looking at pedestal. 56 minutes in, I think it's time to check where my medallions are. I think he just forgot, and he's just like,
Maybe, yeah.
Well, this is his adult too, right? And he, yeah, I guess he didn't check it when going from adult 1 to child 2. So Kawari actually left Forest to go back out to Woods, is now in Goron City. And this was before finding the wallet.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm wondering what they, something must have registered in Forest for them. Because they could have kept staying in Forest for a while. They've already found a strength from HBA.
Well, because he now has strength too, so that's probably baiting him into something else.
Mm-hmm. Aeronaut going out to Hyrule Field. This looks like a play for Valley to GTG. So Aeronaut taking a similar path as our other runners. We'll see if Aeronaut cleans up South and Southeast Hyrule Field before making out to GTG. We know he won't get paid out for it, but he won't have to worry about them later if you think about it. You think so, doing what I always do, fall in this room. I don't know why. This room is so easy to fall in, even though it's not that hard of a room.
But what sucks is that the ladder is on the complete. The ladder's maybe right there,
Yeah.
but it's like where's the ladder?
I know. I don't know why they put the ladder under the switch rather than the door. You'd think it would be the opposite, but that's what they did.
Mm-hmm.
I just usually hook shot back up to the torch at that point.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think Methinks I was going for roll jump to get back on, which would be faster. but it can be tricky to pull off.
All right, we got three checks left here in Forest.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Kawari wanted to use silver gauntlets to get on the other side of this check, but maybe they didn't peek that earlier. But yeah, that's a small chest, so there's nothing down there.
Okay.
I see. They want to do maze all at the same time, and they didn't. I think they just did. No, they didn't finish courtyard because they didn't get their keyring from the right courtyard.
Ooh.
So interesting. Usually, when I see people dip out of forest, it's after finishing the courtyards, because when you have to walk back in from the entrance, then you just immediately go left.
Oh,
there's our last important though.
The Colossus has one major item, which is the song. Womp womp.
Yeah, so we don't have to worry about peeking Arch at least, or checking the ferry. Question is, what is that song? we're still missing a good number of songs.
Indeed, we are.
Yeah.
So also, Fur is right on Make Things So's right on Make Things So's.
Yeah, they ended up pretty close together because of Me Think So falling in on that arrow room.
Let's see,
So, but that's not a major time loss, so.
Aha! There's our strength 3.
Okay, well, that puts Kawari in a really good position if OGC ends up becoming important. At this moment, I don't know if we can really determine whether or not GC is that important. I guess if I sat and stared at the medallions for a while, maybe, but I got a race to watch. I can't be staring at medallions. Yeah, Sario's on Bolero is definitely a spot.
I've had Vanilla Bolero and both hooks in Fire Temples with hover boots in Ice Cavern.
That's a pretty mean layout.
Yep, and that was back in Scrubs.
Wow. Tough scrub seed. Alright, Kawari's about to find their magic here.
Also, happy 1 hour.
Yeah, happy 1 hour, everybody. This is Zelda Speedruns. This is the weekly race, which is using the League settings, which League is the upcoming tournament. Signups for that closed yesterday, but we want to thank Aeronaut, Me Think So, Fur, and Kawari for sharing their streams with us over here on Zelda Speedruns, so we can comment over them. We also want to thank our trackers today, Lady Draco and Warren Traveler, who are pulling double duty today, tracking 2 runners each, so we want to thank them. And of course, thanks for Trez for restreaming today. And thanks for Psycho for being here with me. I've been enjoying this League seed so far.
Yeah, same here. Shoutouts to you as well, Out of This World Burrito.
Thank you. It's a very fun to always see 4 setups again, as you get a lot of information quickly, but you also get to see a lot of different playstyles quickly. Now, truly, they're all doing something different now.
It's always the first 10 minutes of like, okay, how do you keep track of everything?
Mm-hmm. Also, yeah, Virgil pointed out, it's either the wallet path or Phantom Ganon has something. Again, if Phantom Ganon's holding, I'm not going to be shocked.
And Fountain has 1 major item, so okay, so that's either between Icy Waters or Fairy Fountain.
Mm-hmm. Something that we haven't pointed out earlier, though, is major items also include things like wallets, double defense, big Goron sword. So when you see 1 major item, depending on how far you are along in the seed, you got to think, all right, what are the odds that that one thing is the thing I need, compared to doing check density, right?
Yep.
It doesn't necessarily mean it's something you need, it's just something that's considered important. Kawari heading down DMT. Wow, Me Think So just finished PG. Let's see what's on PG. Upper right for Me Think So here. It's the wallet.
Oh man, that's nasty. Wallet path
it's the wallet.
Which means Hammer has to be in Fire Temple.
Oh, that's awesome. Nasty, but awesome.
Can the Strength 2 we found be the Strength 3 logic check? No, because the strengths technically are not locking each other.
And that strength was behind the push block room, potentially, but since it was just, You know, in the isn't that like of key room or something in vanilla? Or like a map?
Which one?
The first Stalfos room you fight when you go straight across from the elevator.
Oh yeah, that's just hook shot locked.
Got it. Also, we just got Burning Cack is Song of Time. Or Burning, yeah. So, did we get the? I don't think we saw the Song of Time Burning Cack hit yet. That or we saw it a while ago and I forgot about it.
I don't think we saw. I don't remember seeing it.
Song of Time and Burning Kakariko isn't too bad. We've already seen what was in GTG behind on the right side. We were able to do 4 since we had Bow. I don't really think there's anything too scary that Song of Time can lock at this point.
Yeah, because the Dark Link loop is nothing. Toilet for keys in GTG.
I suppose. But yeah, I don't think anything was in the maze. So... Hammer Casino, probably, potentially.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's right. You still could have Hammer for keys in the lower loop. Right.
Yeah, this is looking rough. Could it be? Could it be? Well, so we found Zora's tunic in GTG. Could it still be wallet for Zora's tunic for Central Pillar and Water?
Ooh, that'd be interesting. I don't know the specifics of that one. We found Bolero on Requiem.
Yep. That is man, Aeronaut crossed. I like looked off Aeronaut's stream for literally a minute and a half, looked back and he already crossed.
And Aeronaut going Forest Temple.
So the only songs we haven't seen is we haven't seen what's on the Forest Medallion, aka the Prelude check, and we haven't seen what's on Ice. So we got a 50-50 on where Requiem is.
Yep.
And there's Fur finding Boomerang an hour in, resolving the market path to Baronade for Fur. We saw that a little bit earlier.
And I'm feeling Fur is going to go back Child and go straight to Jabu.
Yep, has Bottle. Baronade is required with the Light Medallion, so might as well go knock it out. Could also do domain checks on the way. And maybe you can resolve that one important item in Fountain if it is the fairy in the back. If it's not, then you know it's an adult. You think so? Doing the Boulder Yeet strat for the maze, love it. Saving those 8 bombs.
Strength 3 for Koari.
Koari's the first to Strength 3. That's either huge or just Strength 3.
or just bait.
Yep. I like it though. They're doing child cleanup and they're able to grab that on the way. I don't know when our other runners are going to get around that because even though Aeronaut has Saria's song, I don't know when you go back to Child Goron City when Aeronaut already was there, clean it up, and has done DC. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Child Goron City is a very tough place to route in later on.
Yeah.
Chat saying Fountain could have our hammer.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
I don't know because we got the hint for Fountain having one major item, but I don't know.
So we see Koari going downriver as Fur goes upriver. they're gonna high five, pass each other.
You think so? Picking up the Goron Tunic?
I always forget you can just hop by that fence in river where Fur just went. I always jump to the opposite side. Fur is... Are you gonna check Storm's Frog, Fur? Looks like we're gonna see what's on Frogs in the Rain here in Fur's stream in the bottom left. Frogs in the Rain is another bottle. Fur hasn't found blue fire arrows and might end up having to go to Ice Cavern at some point, so more bottles, more better. Yeah, we do know Kokiri's sword is hammer locked, so...
Yep.
Inside Gan's Castle having anything is looking pretty unlikely.
Yeah. And it looked like claim check on the volcano, on the crater.
Mm-hmm.
And we know claim check is nothing.
Yep. More frogs in the rain. Very good. The only time I don't like seeing more bottles is when I've already done Ice Cavern. I'm like, man, this would have been nice earlier.
Yep. Ooh.
We are still missing Dins and Hovers for Shadow Temple. That is a good call out by Virgil. And we do need to do Bongo Bongo at some point.
Yep. Because, yeah, the only thing we've gotten for the... All we've gotten is Sarias and Magic from Crater.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is what... Yep, we think so. Just picked up the Magic from the Crater. Oh, and Fur going for the breaking and entering with the Coco.
It's faster than playing Lullaby.
It's true. That's true.
He thinks of getting a letter here. The blue tunic without the timer was throwing me off for a second. I was like, wait a second.
Also, we got the hint that the Megaton Hammer chest in Fire Temple is nothing. So, no need to go... No.
Also, Methinks So did use that wallet to buy that tunic. I was like, wait a second, where'd you get that tunic? And I was like, oh yeah, your wallet's empty. So, there you go. Using it as the seed intended.
Mm-hmm. We'll just... Yeah, I'm just curious to see how far up our major item is with the tunic, you know?
Yeah.
Like how deep... Well, we're already hammerlocked that way for potential keys.
Right. Yeah, Fire Dip isn't looking very attractive at this point, especially if you've been able to follow the path hints.
I just hate when you are right on the King Zora platform, but you just end up reading the letter instead of giving it to him.
Yeah, just want to double check what it says. That's all. So we're going to see Fur and Kawari making it into domain at the same time. And they're going to be doing domain checks. Seeing what's on diving here and on torches. And then they're likely both going to go head up into Jabu, both having their boomerangs. Just don't forget the fish on the way up. I forget the fish every time.
Yeah, Fur has his fish. Yeah, but this fish, I was just saying, it's been interesting. It's mostly been like someone's been Kawari first was chasing Methinks So, now Fur is chasing.
Yeah, just slight routing differences. But very similar overall for those two. But there's definitely a heavy divergence here with Methinks So saying Adult and finishing Forest and Kawari dipping out earlier to go chase some other checks.
Yep, both our runners have a fish. And now to go feed Jabu Jabu.
So Methinks So finally getting to Dodongo Cavern after over an hour. That's pretty wild, honestly, when you think about it. Dodongo's Cavern, DC is usually pretty dense, fast to do. Has had bombs for a while, just never found a good time to get around to it.
Yep.
I don't think anyone's going to like the fourth path Virgil, but yeah, Aeronaut especially is going to see the wallet and go, that's not helpful to me.
and then when he finds nothing else and goes chasing after the other strength checks and be like, there's nothing else. What's going on?
Mm-hmm. Having to do a full Stone Forest only to find it's just wallet feels extra salt in the wound. Alright, so Fur headed into Jabu's immediately. See Kawari, we're likely doing the same here, and they'll potentially check Fairy after exiting. Because the other flip side, too, is you could always just go, well, probably going to come up here. Like, if either of them committed to doing ice, they could just go, well, I'm going to come up here later anyways.
Right.
But I would say it is fastest to check that Fairy after doing this. And here's our favorite setting. We're just already up here. We don't have to go downstairs. So this is going to make for an extra fast Jabu. Blink and you miss it.
We never saw a hint for stingrays, so we'll probably be checking that.
Yeah, we've actually seen, I think, almost all of our hints. We've definitely seen all our paths and important items. So we're going to be seeing runners complete the majority of checks for these dungeons. As we didn't get any important item messages for dungeons. It was just Haunted Wasteland, Zora's Fountain, and Desert Colossus, which... Zora's Fountain can be nice. You can maybe avoid ice here if you find something important on Fairy. Desert Colossus, not as nice. Not a ton of checks there. We're missing a path. Oh, on the hints. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have our 5 paths were DMC to Bongo Bongo, Market to Baronade, Kakariko to Dodongo.
Oh yeah, the DMC is
yeah.
Oh yeah, DMC is what's missing on the bot.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, DMC, the Bongo Bongo.
Yeah, which we found magic in DMC, so... To be fair, if you have to admit one path from the bot, that's probably the one. that one's like, solved itself.
Oh, and Rudo's letter too, that's right. Oh!
Yeah, I mean, we could find something up here.
Because yes, magic is the hard required, but yeah, you never know. Jabu or Ice Kyra might have something.
It's true. Just because we found magic in DMC doesn't rule it out. As we are still missing hovers. Where are our boots at?
And Dins. Oh,
yeah.
hang on.
Uh-oh. Did we just evoke it? Oh, wait, that's hammer. Oh!
Wait a minute. So that's where our hammer was. So then...
Okay.
Then what's the tunic logic for? Now it's not making any sense again. Unless...
Yeah, so Rudo's letter was in DMC and the freestanding item in the wall. So the one you have to climb down to.
Okay, so for Volga itself, okay. Okay, probably to get
That's
the boss. To get to the boss key. Okay. All of a sudden, just the hammer being in Jabu, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Hold on. What are you doing in here?
Exactly. Yeah, boss logic, boo.
Yeah, well, it happens.
Indeed, it did make us think.
Yeah, there's still a lot of curveballs Lee can throw at you. I would say that's not as dense as the path prioritization that exists in the standard rule set, but it still has plenty of surprises for you.
Yep. So now with the hammer, we can get what's in Valley, whether that's the Kokiri sword or something leading to it.
There's not too much left though to lead to anything, unless that's like Dins or something.
Dins for sword and shadow, yeah.
Yeah. So if we're about to take on Big Octo, Kawari grabbing some more Skulltulas down here in Jabu Basement before heading over to do Big Octo.
So touch Spirit again for hovers or Dins? At this point, I think Spirit needs to be dipped a little further.
Yeah, I think... Alright, here's a good question. So, for League settings, it's required items only. Child side has 2 checks.
Yes.
So if you don't find keyring on child side, you're locked out of going up. So there's that. And so then you're gambling on right side. If it doesn't have a key, you don't have to go any further, but you can go... I mean, yeah, I guess you can't go very far with keys at all. If it's not on child side and if it's not in the Zelda's Lullaby check, you're kind of... That's it.
Nope. Yep. Yeah, you find no keys on child side, no keys on the right side of adult, then Spirit has nothing.
Yeah. I think in that context, then, it'd be better to have Requiem to go do child first, because at least you get 2 checks out of the way, because if you have to go adult side, find nothing on the one check you can do, like find no keys, then you're like, oh, okay, well, gotta go back to Shout and come back here. And if you don't have access to Requiem logically, that's not going to look very good. Yeah, it's looking like Requiem's deep. It's either Prelude or Ice Cavern check.
Bolero was on the Requiem check, so we're still 50-50 on whether Requiem Ice Cavern or on the Prelude check. And Prelude is behind Jabu, so we'll see that very shortly.
Oh, it's behind Fire. Because Fire's medallion is forced.
Oh, right.
It's okay. You technically get the Light Medallion and Prelude in the same place, so.
Oh yeah. Oh right. Whoops.
It's okay.
That was my bad.
No. So yeah. So to Virgil's point, Requiem behind Fire would make Spirit look more appealing. If you find Sun Song off that, then you might have to go to Ice. Especially since if you don't find an important item off of Fountain Fairy, then you know there's still one important item left up in Fountain. Which we don't have Iron Boots still, so we can't get anything at the bottom of Fountain. So if it is not on the ferry, then we gotta find Boots if that important item is important.
And Farrah's getting the bombs out, ready to go for the Fairy Fountain. Also, as a side note, Kawari has now gotten 17 gold Skulltulas, so he is pushing 20.
Yeah, he's definitely been probably the most aggressive one we've seen here on Restream, stretching for some Skulltulas other runners have not. Fur only has 8. I think Methinks is in a similar position. I don't even think has Aeronaut even been picking him up? Yeah, he's got 11 according to his tracker.
He did the 10 skulls check.
That's right. That's where we saw the 10 skulls earlier. First. HBA hint, and Aeronaut is playing Prelude. Iron Boots.
So that's our major item in the fountain.
Yeah, absolutely. Which, now that definitely dissuades you from going back up to Ice Cavern. At this point, I don't think the runners will be thinking about that, or at least Fur won't be thinking about that until he's completed Fire. So it looks like Kawari's about to go get their Iron Boots. Methinks they're doing Child Gore in the city. They did find Saria Song, so... And they did get Strength 3 off of Darunia. And Aeronaut is maybe doing the same. As they are now in Sacred Forest Meadow. Because they haven't found their boomerang off of Big Pose, so they can't go do Jabu yet.
Question is,
do you dip water?
I don't
know. What
think
temperature
so.
is it? I don't think so, just because we don't have Serenade, so getting down to Lake Hylia is a pain in the butt. And, I mean, we do have free Scarecrow Song in these settings, so we could very easily check the top of Lab. Most of these, the only one who can check bottom of the Lakeside Lab dive right now is Fur and Kawari with a Hookshot and Boots combo.
Alright, we're about to find out what our item is in Valley Rocks.
To Virgil's point, it looks like Fur used their win to get back to GTG to go to Hylia immediately.
Nice.
Because they're going to grab whatever's in here, like you pointed out.
And
it's just K-Sword.
K-Sword. Love to see it.
So, finding that, definitely not going to Lake Hylia anytime soon. First saving, gonna go back to Child. Or I guess maybe they're gonna check some stuff in Adult Cac here? What do we got? Dave Warped? Alright, last words. So yeah, the Gerudo Valley path was just, hey, here's Kokiri's sword. Fur hasn't got Bolero yet, so I think this is straight to Fire Temple.
That would make sense. Yep. After a Goron Tunic pickup.
I know. It's a scene where your wallet actually gets used for the thing it wants you to use it for.
Mm-hmm. Or you get one of those very, very, very rare seeds where it's like 3 wallets required for a blue fire for King Zora, but it's like, again, that's very rare to run into.
It's unlikely and it's mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fur's definitely staying on path here, and when you've got still, DMC critter to check it out. It's a path area. Doesn't necessarily have to be magic or bottled, but there's another bomb bag. Definitely not that. Oh, well, Fur was running low on bombs, so might as well get him for free.
Yep. Alright, now we're not going back adult.
Yep, methinks so now working through Jabu as well. Getting up there after Koari and Fur were already up there. And Koari's actually following the Fire Temple and going immediately into Fire Temple.
Mm-hmm. 19 skulls for Quarry.
Yeah, they'll grab one more out of Fire Temple here, and then they'll be done. They'll be able to see what's on 20.
Let's see, we're still missing Dins and Hovers. Let's see, what else are we missing here? Need...
Lights.
And that's it. All right.
Yeah. In these settings, we actually can get our light arrow hit from Ganondorf, and so I think in a lot of these races, you're going to see people just try and push 6 medallions and not really worry about looking for lights at all, and then just go get the hit off Ganondorf. Especially since we start with wind, so you don't have to reclimb even.
Mm-hmm.
There's our keys. Yep, hammerlock keys.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Aeronaut doing OGC over here outside Ganon's castle to see what's on the ferry.
And now
I respect it.
Yeet that rock. Oh, and Dins and Fire Temple.
Huh.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, well that's quite the grab. Not necessarily out of the way, but yeah, hammerlock Dins.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, Aeronaut did not get really rewarded on that ferry check. But that's another easy one to just, be like, I'll get it later.
Yep. So now we're just missing hover boots and light arrows.
Mm-hmm. I know, we found Stone of Agony.
The Pebble of Pain.
Ooh, Koari getting hit by that fire jet. Yep, and Fur just, like a minute behind Koari here in fire.
Something like that, yep.
Mm-hmm. Do you think So's gonna pull their hammer out of here and Jabu and be like, oh, okay. Cool. And Aeronaut swimming back into Lost Woods from River.
Oh, no, he's going to River. This might be an ice play.
Oh, reverse. It might be. Well, he still hasn't found his magic, so he's gonna have to use his bottle.
Yep.
Which he does have one bottle available to him, as he's not turned in Ruto's letter, but he's got a potion in the other one. T-Riss, we're almost 90 minutes in. It can't be called rushing ice. That's like being like, I got breakfast at noon. And Aeronaut's been wide awake for this scene.
It's always a rush when you're going. That's true. You want to rush. You want to rush your way through because it's so cold.
I certainly get a rush when I get chained frozen by the 3 keys in the Silver Rupee room. Oh, there's Big Key.
Yeah.
Oh, we know where the boss key is.
So shortcut. Okay, that's not bad.
And yeah, Aeronaut's definitely going to ice here. Aeronaut might have gotten the important check hint for Zora's Fountain 1, so Aeronaut might be thinking, well, maybe something's just on the iceberg here, or maybe on ferry, so he might go over and check those.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because we know it's just the iron boots up here.
Yeah, we know in retrospect, it's really convenient but sad that Iron Boots are here, because if you were to get Iron Boots, you can like get the item at the bottom of Fountain, but since we know it's only one major item up here, you're not using them to get down there anyways.
Yep.
Kawari already in the boulder maze. And fire. Fur is going to be right behind, pushing the block down. And Methinso is about to fight Big Octo and Jabu. And that's Kawari's last Skulltula. So we're going to see 20 next time Kawari ends up back in CAC. Yep, Aeronaut finding his Iron Boots. So Aeronaut's up here. He's doing ice.
Yep.
He could set wind, but I think he still has wind active in GTG, so I don't know if he wants to drop it.
Yeah, that I don't remember, because I know he used it to warp back to GTG to get the Kokiri sword from Hammer Rocks.
Not yet. Aeronaut has not found Hammer.
Sure.
That was Fur.
Oh, Fur, yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. There's a lot of going on all the time.
I was only about to say that Aeronaut also still doesn't have his magic from Crater.
Yeah, Aeronaut has been definitely routing what I would say is aggressively.
Yes.
But yeah, ice play 90 minutes in, first ice we see today. So we still have a 50-50 on whether it's Requiem in here or Sun Song. If what Aeronaut wants to see is Requiem, because if Spirit is important, he's going to have a major lead over the other runners, who right now are probably going to be finding out what's on Prelude check after Fire here with Fur and Kawari.
Yep.
Kawari just trying to set wind. Are they going to warp back up, or are they just going to save quit down and go do boss? Save quit to boss. All right, I like that play.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense. Because the wind would just take you right up to the door above the shortcut chest.
Yeah, very efficient. I would definitely say go do the boss. Worry about that part of Fire later. Climbing Fire is not very fast. Even if you're already halfway up, it still feels like a long way to go.
Oh, those jumps in Ice Cavern are just.
Yeah, they're cruel. Yep.
Also, those
ice keys.
Also, the ice keys are very cruel.
Yep. So, being the designated Ice Cavern expert, T-Verse does know Ice Cavern is a rush. So, and again, T-Verse was correct. Methinso with a very clean Baronade kill, by the way. Don't want to understate that one over there in the top right. Kawari grabbing a fairy, looking to have, some extra time for Volvigia, which can be good. Might get the troll hole on the boss fight, or worse, Whipsy with her hair. Methinso finishing job is going to go find their Iron Boots in Fairy and Fountain. And Fur is continuing on up to Pierre. So instead, it's dropped wind, went back up, and it's saying, you know what, I'm going to go do Deep Fire. And that's 10 Skulltulas for Fur. Yeah, Kawari has basically double the number of Skulltulas as the next person. So, if something important is on 20, it's going to pay off for Kawari, but we're running out of things that could be other than Light Arrow and
Hovers. Yeah, Lights and Hovers are the only things left. So, yeah,
I think
all
Hovers
of our
I think Hovers is full casino at this point.
Yep. It is, because I think all of our other paths are fulfilled.
Yeah, Methinso playing Prelude after finding those Iron Boots gonna go straight back to Adult, and I would not be surprised if they go and either grab the Kokiri sword or just go straight into Fire Temple. For getting to the Firewall maze, I want to give a shout out to New IT Guy. Tell me the setup for backwalking across the walls. Works like a charm.
Oh my gosh! I still need to learn the backwalk strat to get past this firewall.
It's actually pretty easy. Target the wall. Oh, Fur does a side hop.
Ooh,
Okay, well that's
great.
different. I do the face the wall, Z target, turn left, Z target, and then backwalk, which is what IT guy told me.
Also, we have a big chest on highest score on.
Highest Goron having a big chest. That checks out. This might pay off for Fur then. As honestly, I feel that most runners are going to take Kawari's strat, which is drop wind and worry about deep shadow or deep fire later. I do like that the Fur took the safe play, recognizing they're low on hearts. They just turned off the firewall rather than trying to damage boost through it. Very good.
Also, we got Requiem from Ice Cavern.
We got Requiem from Ice Cavern. Okay, so that could pay off huge for Aeronaut, as I don't know when these other runners are going to get back to ice. And Kawari, by the way, had a very good, clean, quick kill on Volvigia there as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to clean up the DMC check here, and they're going to move on to... What do we expect them? Going back to Child and hitting up Deku after getting that Kokiri sword from Valley?
Yep.
Yeah. It's progression, gotta do it.
Indeed.
Kawari really making sure they got Fairy check. Double lullaby. Yep, Aeronaut using that Requiem to immediately go out to Spirit, which they're going to get rewarded with Bolero here. And having not done Fire yet, that's going to save them some time backtracking up there later.
All right, highest score on. What do you have?
I'm going to guess Bottle.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. That's huge for Fur.
Wow.
Wow.
So Fire Temple had your Shadow Temple kit essentially.
Yeah. That's messed up.
Wow.
Wow.
Din's at the bottom, Hammer hovers at the top.
Yeah, you just can't do Shadow without doing Fire first. Straight up. 100%. Yeah, we're just light arrows from Go mode at this point.
Yep.
So that's unfortunate for Kawari. I don't know when Kawari's going to get back to check deep fire.
Yep.
But we're going to see what's on Child's side here. Which looks like there was something important on the right side as Aeronaut's continuing across. Getting controlled by the bubble on the way.
As you do.
As you do. I heard if you just walk across instead of rolling, that's better. I'm not an expert, though. I forgot where I heard it.
Oh, yeah. The path bot is missing a path. It's just missing Just Mountain Crater to Bongo, which we did find magic there, so.
Mm-hmm. And it's looking like it is magic, because it didn't look like Rudo's letter really locked anything. I mean, it locked Megaton Hammer.
Hammer to the hammer to the Shadow Temple kit, technically.
Technically. So basically everything was on Crater for Shadow. That's really funny.
Yeah, because technically you could interpret it. Yeah, Hammer did the letter which led to Hammer, which then led to Dins and Hovers, so it's technically not wrong.
Is that the most powerful path hint ever? Everything that you needed for Shadow was on Crater. Yeah, so as a reminder, though, we are over 90 minutes in. Some new faces might be coming in to the weekly, which is the normal weekly race. We are on League settings. League is a tournament rule set that the tournament rule set closed yesterday, so tournament entrants are done. We're going to be seeing the brackets formed this weekend, which is division-based. They're all 1v1s. And then the divisions are based on skill sets assigned by the race organizers, Division 1 being the most skilled, Division 8 being the almost as skilled. ratio there, and we got Sun Songs off of Prelude there, which we knew was going to be a check.
Yep.
And the other thing that we want to remind you is that it has been less than 24 hours since the grand finals match of Season 8 Standard Rule set finished yesterday, so please no spoilers in the chat. I want to keep that spoiler free for a bit. But speaking of spoilers, we're going to get spoiled with Fur here in the bottom left, who's now in Shadow Temple. We're going to be seeing all new information. We're still looking for light arrows. So if there's anything in Shadow Temple or where Aeronaut is, which is pushing Spirit, we're basically just hoping to see light arrows.
Yeah, look, at this point, once he beats Shadow, he can then go straight to Ganondorf and find out where the lights are. Or, no. Whoop. Wait, no, never mind. Never mind. We need to beat Deku Tree in order to do that. We still need 6 medallions to get to Ganondorf. That's right, 5 medallions just to get into the castle.
Correct. It's 5 medallions in the set-in for the Rainbow Bridge, 5 for the Ganon's boss key, or 6 for the Ganon's boss key, and then Ganondorf will, of course, tell us where our lights are. So our runners aren't too concerned about finding lights. They're all missing something, though. So Fur's the one who's like, hey, where are lights at? Kawari's still looking for hover boots. About to go get their Kokiri sword, as it looks like they're heading towards back to Valley. Methinkso is looking for Kokiri sword and hover boots, and Aeronaut is still actually looking for their boomerang. I wonder if they're chasing the market path for Mirror Shield with the Spirit Push.
That would make sense, because he's missing magic, he's missing boomerang, and he's missing. Well, yeah, you need the boomerang to get the hammer. Well, actually,
the key ring's bailing him out.
Oh yeah.
He found boss key at the bottom, but he didn't find a key ring, so he's fully locked out of Spirit. So now he knows there's nothing in Spirit.
That's good.
Yeah, so the key ring here actually working to his advantage and saving him. If he found a key ring down there, he'd be digging for a while. So now we know light arrows are not in Spirit. So we're looking Shadow. We haven't seen any of water. We've seen no stone water.
No.
So it could be in there.
Yeah, it's between water and Shadow at this point, or Deku Tree.
Yeah. No, we haven't seen Deku Tree either. Sorry, forget about it. It's like literally 3 minutes.
I remember hearing about the old days when in the old seasons that the meta was go straight to Deku Tree immediately for free Spirit Zero checks. Then all of a sudden it was like, wait a minute, that play's way too powerful. Lock it behind Kokiri Sword.
What about K Sword? No one ever goes there now. Until they get K Sword.
Yep.
Which, considering how long it took us to find Hammer, K Sword is logically pretty late. So I'm not really surprised no one's really rushing it.
Goma's keeping the light arrows warm and safe.
Nice.
Ooh, big chest here in Shadow. Oh.
Those blades are easy until they're not.
Yep. Well, they're also annoying when they're invisible. It's like, I thought I was out of range. How is it still hurting me?
Yeah. Kawari going back to Child, having grabbed that K Sword, so I think it's going to be the first Deku we see on Kawari's stream.
Emotional support fish.
Finally, the fish. Alright, so here, Methink just got their boss key in Fire Temple Shortcut. Ooh, they just saved and quit without even dropping Wind. They are just saying, I am not doing Deep Fire.
Ooh, oh no.
We know this is punishing since Hover Boots are all the way on highest Goron, so... Methinkso has just given up on Deep Fire entirely. Let's see where Aeronaut's going. Are we finally going to see Big Poe? He knows Spirit's dead, so it can't be the shield path. And this is the only market check.
I'd be like, oh my god.
Yeah. Right now, I would say Fur is in the strongest position, having found those hover boots. Kawari's not far behind, having left Wind, so leaving that option open. Methinkso is definitely going to be on the back foot here, not pushing Deep Fire. As for Aeronaut, Aeronaut's a really strong player. I wouldn't be surprised if Aeronaut somehow manages to still take this, or at least, you know, placed very high. Because to your point, Saigo, once Aeronaut goes and does Jabu, it basically falls into place for him, and he's just going to bang it out.
But then it also comes to a point of, does he go for Deep Fire? Like,
This is a good question. Aeronaut's an aggressive player, so he seems liable to leave it, but he is running out of checks, and you have to ask yourself, would I rather go to deep fire or go do water?
Very true.
Because one thing that has been there's light arrows just chilling in shadow.
And Fur is in go mode.
Yep. Fur
at an hour,
is good to go.
At 1 hour 43, we have our first go mode on restream.
Mm-hmm. He still has to finish up Shadow and do Deku, and then make the climb up Ganon's castle. So we still have quite a bit of the restream to go.
True.
But Fur is definitely in a go mode position here. Oh, there's fire arrows in Deku. But yeah, I think Aeronaut would be keen on at least leaving Wind in fire before leaving, but we'll see when he gets around to it. It looks like he went back to Child, which he has not found his Kokiri sword yet, but I think this is a play for Jabu, having found Boomerang.
Yep, I would definitely see that.
Yeah, he just kind of ran out of stuff to do as adults, so it's time to go do Jabu. Yeah, so Light Arrows was just chilling in Shadow, which Shadow's a lot of checks, because one thing that I was going to mention earlier is that, now normally people think of going into water for checks as pretty nasty, but with Keyring being in there, that puts 9 checks in Water Temple, making it a bit more dense than it usually is. So, they're not fast checks necessarily for a dungeon, but there's a good number there. But we know that water now is fully dead, which is nice considering Serenade was on Ocarina of Time. So the scene just encouraged you, like, hey, don't go over here. You think so is heading out to get their Kokiri sword in Valley right now, calling Epona.
Yep.
And Kawari is getting up to go defeat Goma, which Kawari did check everything in Deku. Fur is going to have a little bit of a time save here, because as soon as he enters Deku, he's just burning a hole straight down the boss. He knows he doesn't need anything else from up top.
Yep.
For doing the Iron Boots list, fan hallway strat.
Nice. It is faster.
It's faster, and honestly, it's easier, in my opinion. I don't know why. I've always had a hard time walking Iron Boots down that hallway. You also need it. Like, what if you don't have Iron Boots at this point, you know?
Well, yeah, you just do that routing, but yeah, for the Iron Boots, I just side hop from every which way. It still gives you how good speed.
Oh, good point. I always forget Iron Boots don't apply to side hopping.
It's odd. It only affects you when you're backflipping.
Yeah. Side hops are OP. It's like Kawari is having a good quick kill on Goma there. We're gonna see what the Goma item is. We know it's not anything important at this point, but fun to know. Arrows. Cool.
So now if you're Kawari, let's see. He is... Let's see here. He's just missing the hover boost from Deep Fire. So
yeah,
I'm wondering if he checks Ganon's castle before doing all that.
Hover's definitely... I think it's Casino at this point, right? So it could be in there from Kawari's perspective.
Right.
Yeah, and Kawari has Strength 3, so Light Trial, that's pretty dense.
Yes, I have a feeling Kawari's going to be just going straight to Ganon's castle to check. And Gold Scale unlocks! Okay!
Sick. We've seen, like, everything, but where's our big Goron sword?
Yeah, it could very well be in Light Trial.
We don't need it, obviously, but, man, big Goron sword's cool. Where'd it go?
I know!
For not wanting to deal with these Stalfos and just letting them walk off on their own.
Totally get
Very
that.
cold.
Oh, yeah. Even in League, Gold Mode Shadow is a myth. Yep. Just because you find the key ring, still need to find the boss key, and at this point, he's going into the maze.
Yeah, he's got to go check with the manager, I think.
Yep.
So we know Kawari's going to find Agony on this ferry. All right. Oh, wait. Looks like it's in here.
Vanilla boss key.
All right. Well, then Fur can just walk out and fight Bongo now. We're not visiting the manager today. Sorry, everybody. That floor master gets to live.
Oh, that could have been that could have been our Goron sword.
Fur, go back. It's like a few seconds of time save at this point. That, or I think we're still missing our 4th bottle.
No, we have the emotional support fish in.
Oh right. So we have all our bottles. We have all our wallets. We
could be our last.
It could be Nehru.
I think Nehru was somewhere else.
Oh, was it? Okay. Then if Nehru's somewhere else, that's BGS.
So I'm thinking.
Claim check. That's true. We haven't found claim check, but we know claim check's dead.
Right.
I guess that makes it less.
Oh, it's true. Or it's true. It could also have been the magic lock magic.
Oh, it's Shadow. Of course, it's magic lock magic. Speaking of magic lock magic, Aeronaut. He'll get back to it when he goes to do Crater. When he goes to do Fire Temple. But damn, he really left that grotto.
There's the other wallet.
Ball number 2 is an IGC.
And he is going back to GTG. Whoa, okay.
Oh, that's why, wait. I thought Kawari said wind and fire.
I don't know.
Alrighty then. For getting quick on Bongo Bongo, very nice. Well, with Kawari back in GTG, now I don't know when Kawari's going to get back to Deep Fire either. So
no.
if Aeronaut sticks in Fire, Aeronaut's definitely coming out of this with a pretty good time.
Yep. Now all Fair has left to do is just go back, Child, clear out Deku, just burn some fire webs, and he's good.
Yeah. So we'll probably see Fur finish here in the next 15-ish minutes.
I'd say much faster than that.
Yeah. I was just thinking of getting Child to Deku, which I guess is Minuet. So I was accounting for overland movement, because Deku's going to take for like 3 minutes, and then Ganon's castle up to Ganondorf's going to take about 8.
Oh, okay, that's true. Yeah, that's fair, yep.
So a few minutes of walking across the world. Yeah, just over 2 hours. I've spoken to a few players who've done a little bit more practice on league settings, and race organizers, and they're feeling that the league settings this year are a bit faster than what you saw this season for standard Season 8, which Season 8 was averaging about 2.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
League seems to be averaging a little bit lower, maybe like 2 hours, 15 minutes-ish. So they're around the same time, but on average faster. So I'd say this is probably an average speed for League Seed.
I think what does help is because it's required only, so that it's required only in key rings. So if you don't find keys, immediately leave. Yeah,
that saves a lot of time. On the flip side, if you forget it's required only, you get very confused very fast. You're not a big Octo. I'm getting hungry, and the noise Big Octo makes sounds like a stomach grumbling, and I'm starting to get some sympathy grumbles. Alright, yeah, Fur's going down, just burning a hole straight down, because again, already knows they don't need anything up there in Deku. They don't need the fire arrows that Kawari found earlier. So I think one thing that I'm looking forward for the upcoming League season is seeing how much play inside Ganon's Castle actually gets. As in the standard rules set we saw this season, occasionally IGC would have something, but because it was vanilla settings with light arrows, obviously the Ganondorf hint was not useful for activating the Rainbow Bridge because you needed to get it in there. So I think that generally devalued IGC for just going in at all. And typically the way the medallion shook out is if you found anything in IGC, it was something like long shot. I think I saw a C where Kokiri sword was in there. So usually it's like there wasn't too many items you'd see appearing there. Now with 5 medallions, you probably aren't going to be seeing a ton of IGC play, but we'll see how the season shakes out.
Well, depending on what you find out in the overworld, you can get to 5 medallions pretty quick, and yeah, still.
Yeah, and it also depends which dungeons become required. For this race today, we had Morpha, so Water Temple and Spirit Temple were stones. So, those are high item requirements specifically for Spirit Temple. And then having, the long shot be on frogs too, people are like, who cares about water today?
Yep.
We did have to go in Forest Temple, so this is definitely one of those seeds where, on average, you need higher item requirements. But if you have a seed where it's like Shadow and Spirit on stones, I think that will end up bringing IGC up a little bit in terms of what you can find in there, since it pushes it a little bit earlier.
Also, clean Baronade fight from Aeronaut.
Oh yeah. Aeronaut's gonna just leave, because they already got Iron Boots from coming up here as adult. They were the only one who had to do Ice Cavern.
Oh, that's
which
right.
Unfortunately was, they lost time on it since Spirit ended up having nothing.
And Farrah going back to adult one last time.
Yep. Fur on the bottom left is about to go finish this seed with their Ganon's Castle climb, so everyone check that out. As Methinkso actually is dipping IGC here with their 5 medallions to take a peek.
It is now time to make some bacon.
Oh yeah. Man, don't say make bacon. I'm actually hungry. It's where he started like right before my lunchtime, and I'm like, do I eat now or later? I'm like, I feel like eating later.
Yeah, I'm honestly at that point too. I had a small breakfast in the morning, or something else a little later. So
yeah, I was sleepy. I had a small bar. I just ate like a protein bar, and I was like, that's it for the day. For now. So Kawari doing lake checks. I think this is a I hope I don't have to go back to fire thing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Oh, I don't like calling Gwei Toucan Sam. I don't want to shoot Toucan Sam.
Just follow your nose.
Aeronaut checking, cleaning up DMC. As long as they remember they didn't grab the grotto up there, they're golden. If they skip that grotto,
then I don't know what
raggy.
to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I don't know.
Well, Kawari actually used the gold scale. Sick. And
All
we got
for
a stick.
All for a stick. And yep, and Aeronaut's going up. He's going for it.
Yes. After this, Aeronaut is golden. Aeronaut was going to do...
after almost 2 hours.
Yeah, Aeronaut's just going to go do fire after this. And as long as Aeronaut does not leave fire early, which again, the plays Kawari and Methinkso took by leaving after finding Boss Key and Shortcut, I don't think were bad routing decisions. I think that was very sensible, knowing the amount of time it would take to climb fire. Not really sure if there's anything up there. Just get Volvagia and get out of there, see what's on the Prelude check, because they probably knew that that could be Requiem. And with the items that we got throughout the seed, because we had Mirror Shield early, Strength 2 was very early. They can go, oh, that's probably the better density play is gambling that we get Requiem to go to Spirit. So again, I don't think that was bad routing decisions at all. I wouldn't be surprised if Aeronaut does the same thing. It's just you were in a Hovers Casino and it ended up being up on highest Goron, which is the second worst check in that dungeon. Yep. I would say Pierre is not as bad because we start with Scarecrow Song this season. So
yes, that does help. Because going back to the Challenge Cup now, we had a race that was decided by a pixel shot.
Oh, that's a rough one. I've not practiced that, so if I had a pixel shot, I would definitely be eating it in that scene. Kawari actually making the water play, remembering that likely, oh, this is the densest place to check. I'm already down here. And if they don't get a key ring early, they still get a few checks in, then they know they just don't have to do anything else with water.
Yep.
So, and it sounded like, did we get a hint earlier that the Darklink side was dead? I believe I heard you say something about that earlier. Oh, okay.
Yep. Darklink has nothing, and the river is nothing.
All right.
And that requires at least 2 keys to get through, anyway.
Yeah, so let's turn our attention down to Fur in the bottom left here of the restream, as they will be finishing here in the next few minutes. And we haven't had anyone finish yet, it looks like, based on the lack of messages in chat for the race room. So this might be our first place contender for this weekly race. Yeah, Darkling died. All right, thanks, Virgil. And thank you, Saigo. I missed that hint earlier, and then I don't think we ever saw the dupe of it.
All good.
I gotta watch this Ganondorf. The last few times I've fought in Ganondorf, I've eaten dirt on him. I don't know why, but I've been doing Ganon really clean, and usually it's the inverse.
Oh.
Usually Dorf's the easy one. Ah, got it.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh!
Oh, missed the last one.
Yeah, these needed 3 more hits. But that was lucky.
You went for Bird.
Yeah, there was that one chest in Shadow Temple.
Yeah, it could have BGS maybe.
But still, 2-cycle Ganondorf is not bad.
Oh no, that's very good.
Also,
He even
happy 2
cooperated
hours.
through early. Yeah, happy 2 hours. So yeah, Deceased is finishing over 2 hours. So again, we want to thank our runners, Aeronaut, MeThinkSo, Fur, and Kawari for sharing their streams with us here on Zelda Speedruns. This is again a weekly race using the league settings for this year, so that you also think of this as a practice. And then we also want to thank Trez for restreaming. Thank you very much, Trez. We want to thank our trackers, Lady Draco and Warren Traveler, who are pulling double duty, tracking 2 of these runners, that's a lot of information to handle. I can barely, watch 4, let alone then end up tracking 2 of them. And thank you, Saigo, for being here. Been having a lot of fun. This is a great League C to check out.
Indeed, it has. Yeah, and shout outs to you, out of this world burrito. Thank you.
Well, let me hit you all with the commands while we watch Fur do a impeccable Ganon. And again, if any of you see that this is looking really fun, and even though it may be too late to enter for the league competition itself, you can still find out more information about League, as well as how to play on these settings, and even participate in some practice races people run on Mido's house. Sup, Lefty? These League settings look pretty cool. I don't think that's biased at all coming from a League organizer. What do you think, Saigo?
It's still an opinion.
Yeah. We've been enjoying the League settings, though, Lefty, so thanks to everybody who's helped out. There's a long list of you, otherwise I read them all. But yeah, also get ready with your GGs for Fur. Looks like Fur might be finishing first here.
Air fried the bacon.
This is gonna be sub 205. And there we go.
GG.
Congratulations to Fur.
The time of 2:02:27.
That's a really good time, considering the seed. I think that early child play did help put Fur in the lead a little bit with that earlier bomb bag, save some backtracking for him later, and he didn't have to worry about managing his chew count. We saw Aeronaut save scum with that earlier, and Fur didn't have to think about that. Had some really good use of wind, getting back to K-Sword check later. Just a really strong routing overall. Again, taking the, I start as adult, let's go opposite approach.
Yep.
So I'm sure, even though there's no stakes in the weekly race, I'm sure Fur's going to be feeling pretty good about that, and is looking forward to seeing the division turnout, which should be decided some point this weekend for League. So if you entered League, make sure to keep an eye out on the announcements in the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Discord. And Aeronaut's getting to the point at Fire Temple now, where we're going to be seeing whether or not Aeronaut continues to climb.
Oh, yeah.
We know that he needs to climb if he wants to get into Shadow Temple and do something in there. It's tough, though, because you find Dins at the bottom, so you're like, oh, cool. I can just finish this and, I don't know, find hover boots somewhere else, or maybe just do a little shadow dip. But,
Yep.
Which I know some people don't like the shadow dip. I don't think it's that bad. Aeronaut showing really good discipline there. Every time I enter one of these Goron's rooms, even though in League I can see it's a dead item, I still hit the button anyways. Just have it.
Just he's allowing the Gorons to be free.
Yeah, they're gonna rot in
This
jail.
time. I will free you this time.
Oh, it looks like the bot isn't shouting out. Oh wait, no, it did. Sorry. Yeah, 202.27. Man, Fur just played it really well. That's all I got to say on that. He did excellent. He made a lot of great calls. Continuing to climb paid off.
See, Kawari going back to Ganon's castle.
Yeah. Kawari already went in here and checked some stuff. What else can Kawari do other than... Okay, turning left. I was like, don't tell me you're going down to Water Child to get Blue Fire. I will get scared.
And then Methinks So's making the ice play.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. Methinks So's probably on the track of, I know this is Requiem. Spirit might be the play. So basically committing to Spirit being important. But we will know that he will get locked out of Spirit very fast. There's no available keyring to climb, which is funny because again, you found the boss key on Child side, so yeah, it makes you doubly tempted to go back to the other way because you're like, oh well, it's gave me one of the two keys I can find. Maybe I'll find the adult. Nope.
Yeah, well, you would think, yeah.
Yeah, but I guess that's the nice thing about keyring, what we talked about. It was, oh, okay, I don't need to be here. Bye.
Yep. That would have been that ice slide would have been nice had it not gotten hit by the ice.
Mm-hmm. All right, here's Aeronaut going down on the shortcut. Moment of truth.
Yep. Do
He's
you
either
just
going
go
to use
the
that wind to get back up fast, or he's leaving after this.
Let's see.
Shoutouts to Dark Magician Girl having a mirror shield as her mirror shield item. I still think that's the funniest thing.
The Mirror Force card. Yep.
Yeah, thank you.
That's he's save quitting.
Hey, sup, Fur? Congratulations. Really good routing. Oh, Icola coming in second place with 206.32. Really good routing. I liked the early child play. That was really fun. Yeah, you were the only one who decided to climb out of everyone here on Restream. Methinks So and Kawari left after getting the boss key and shortcut. Aeronaut making the same play. He does have wind up there, though. I don't believe Kawari or Methinks So have wind and fire, so they kind of committed to Deep Fire being dead. But yeah, that hover boots ended up being the casino energy item. We were laughing earlier because the Death Mountain crater path ended up being
The letter
path to everything to Bongo Bongo, because you found magic there, and you found the letter, which got you hammer, which then got you Dins and hover boots. So pretty strong path. But yeah, you played super well. Main difference was, yeah, you took that early child, and then Aeronaut stayed adult for 22 minutes. Methinks So, Kawari did the child cleanup checks you'd expect, and then went adult after like 12 minutes or something. You feel too bad for that Forest? Everyone got baited by Forest.
Yep.
Everyone here on Restream did all of Forest, hoping that wallet was not the path, and whoops, it's a wallet. So yeah, that was definitely a bad feeling. But as we see Aeronaut take on Volvagia here, gonna get the quick kill. Methinks So working through ice, and Kawari. Not sure what Kawari's gonna do next. They already went into water and had to get out of there. So They can't go back there.
At this point, will this push him to go back to do Deep Fire?
I would hope so. I would hope you do Deep Fire before going out to Ice to get Requiem, but He Thinks So is taking the Requiem path, which, while we've talked about that in this setting, they're getting locked out of climbing Spirit at all because there's no keyring available. Doing Ice, climbing up to Ice, doing Ice, then getting out to Spirit is a huge time commitment. We did see Fur complete the seed here already, so I want to ask everybody in chat, and Fur, or anyone else who wants to chime in, what are we thinking of league settings so far this year? These are the settings that we're moving forward with the tournament, so I want to know what everyone thinks. I like them. I think that for people who are definitely more in the mid to upper tiers of play can get a lot of enjoyment out of these settings. I think as a new player who leans towards more scrub tier option settings like I do, and I need more execution practice, I probably feel more comfortable doing non-key rings because that makes me practice more of the dungeon. But for players who already got that stuff down, I could see them either really liking or not liking key rings. We had Alpha on an interview last week, and Alpha mentioned that at first they did not like the key rings, but after playing with them, they would like the key rings a lot. But what about you, Saigo? I know we were talking before the restream that you've been doing some League.
Yeah, I like these settings really much. So yeah, again, it's making it interesting with the combination of both required only and key rings, because as we mentioned before, it can tell you like, oh, you don't need to actually be here, and you go somewhere else. It kind of pushes your routing in a completely different direction. But overall, I like these settings.
Yeah, I think it's a good change of pace from standard. The hints aren't as involved with the path logic that was in standard, so that makes them a little bit more direct in what they're giving you. And I like the omission of foolishes and the major item hints just basically becoming a pseudo foolish, where if you get a 0, you know that's a foolish area. Or if you get like
or certain areas only having 1, then that's just the song, like Crater or Colossus.
Yeah, so it gives you a little bit more flexibility in what you're using that information for. Yeah, to Lefty's point, I think just these settings for some people might be like pretty out of what they're used to, but then once they play with them, I think the information you get from the gameplay itself is really powerful, like you're talking about with, major items still being songs and being hinted 1, or just that keyring information. So like Me Think So is finishing up the adult side here, Spirit. Oh, there's Neighbors, you're right, we saw it. Finding no keyring. Might go child here, do child side, will not find the keyring, and know, okay, I don't need to go in Spirit. And they can use it, leverage that information, and know that all Spirit's dead. Aeronaut grabbing their Kokiri sword after finishing Volvagia, like we saw earlier. Looks like they're going back into Valley or Fortress to do GTG potentially. And then Kawari going up to Child Domain?
Yeah, because he's already done Jabu. He's got Din's out. Oh, yeah, he probably hasn't done
Child
domain
Lake?
checks.
Oh, did you not do domain checks earlier? Oh, yeah, walking over with Dins.
Yeah, since I saw the Dins, I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but I'm enjoying playing and commentating League. I really like the Season 8 settings a lot, but especially if you've been watching some of the recent races for Season 8, which again, no spoilers, everybody, on Grand Finals. That happened less than 24 hours ago. No spoilers, don't talk about it. There's been some path logic and path priority stuff that's got the commentators even in a twist. Like, what's going on here?
I don't know if you saw the Grand Finals of the Challenge Cup.
I did not.
Yeah, those were also really fun.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Challenge Cup I know had a lot of good matches. There was, again, for Season 8, we had a lot of strong runners come out and qualify and just barely missed hitting top 32. So the Challenge Cup on the Silver Gauntlets was really competitive as well. Yeah, so Me Think So, seeing Boss Key over there, is now going to go check the left chest, see it's dead, and leave immediately. Because even though Boss Key's there, Me Think So knows, oh, I can't climb now, so, yep, and there's the reset.
Yep.
Oh, Blue Guy finishing 3rd with 2:13.18. GG.
GG's. Let's see, I'm just looking at Aeronaut still. He still needs hover boots from Deep Fire.
Yeah, our 3 runners here are all in Hover Boots Casino. We know that they will find light arrows once they go to Shadow. So it's just basically whoever decides to go back to Deep Fire first, which Aeronaut's not getting there for at least 3 minutes because they're about to go into Deku. Our other runners have finished Deku, so they do have that lead over Aeronaut. But the longer they put off going back to Deep Fire, the more racers like Aeronaut can close the gap.
Let's see. If Kawari plays Bolero now, then we're good.
Which they're playing Minuet. Which they bailed out of Forest before.
Oh no!
So they're gonna go finish Stone Forest to only realize that the path was Wallet.
Yep.
Because they technically didn't resolve their Forest path. They still know that, like, because the only thing they got out of here was Strength, and we know because of the other available strengths that can't be the path. They didn't get their Wallet out of here, so that's rough.
Yeah, and that's why that wall he has is courtesy of the light trial with Strength.
Hey, I think me thinks I was doing Frogs in the Rain here because we don't have a Song of Time yet. That's off Burning Cack. No one really worried about that long shot.
Froggy. Cute little froggy boat.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think Kawari's committing to finishing Forest. Aeronaut's obviously doing Deku. It'll be interesting to see what Aeronaut does after Deku. I'm curious to see if he gets tempted into doing Water, like Kawari did. Or if Aeronaut says, I have Bolero, I'm just going to go back. I would probably lean towards Water, as I think Water is the more dense play at this point.
It is, yep.
I'm curious what Methinks is going to be doing here. It just looks like cleaning up overworld checks.
Looks like it.
Yeah, because they're not going to come back to Child after this.
Yeah, but it's like you said, whoever plays Bolero first will be in a good position.
Yeah, unless they bait us and play Bolero and then walk out. But I think all these runners already cleaned up Goron City completely, and yeah, because even Aeronaut has gold gauntlets on their tracker. So
yep. And they all have but Kawari doesn't have Requiem, so he might get ice.
Yeah, that's not the one thing I'm worried about. But at this point, Kawari already found their Iron Boots in the Zora's Fountain. They haven't done Ice yet. I wouldn't be surprised if they just not go do Ice at this point, but I also get it, like Requiem Spirit, that's dense if you can get past the first door. So I would see the temptation. Aeronaut's already done Ice, so that's something that he has up over the other 2 runners. I don't really think there's anything left in the overworld to check at this point. I think we saw all the overworld checks. It's literally just checking dungeons and deciding pick your poison.
And Kawari is again bailing out of Forest.
Yeah. So went down to Floor Master Room. Oh, you know what? Maybe they're just thinking like, I got better things to do. I'm not sure if they're treating that strength that they found as path. Oh, this is a nice play.
That would do it.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, bailing out of Forest the second time to go to Ice. Again, Spirit, that's a lot of checks if you find a key ring. So I get it. We are just in Casino for hovers. All right, let's see what Aeronaut does. Nocturne. Oh, I think this is a Shadow Dip.
Yep, Shadow Dip.
Because there's nothing left to do in CAC. Other than, I guess Aeronaut didn't check 20, but we now know 20 can't be anything.
I don't know if he's actually gotten... Well, his personal tracker shows he's still at 11. He hasn't gotten to 20.
There may have been a hint for 20. I thought I saw someone in chat call it out earlier. So Aeronaut may have gotten that hint.
Well, it may have been for when Kawari got 20.
That too.
So it was nothing.
Yeah, methinks so. Doing domain, likely to swim out here to Child Lake, clean up Child Lake. So yeah, just cleaning up all of Child, which we've seen. Aeronaut now in Shadow in the upper left there. Going to have to leave though. I like that slick no lens strat where push it, just don't move.
Oh yeah, but now the problem becomes if you go towards the very other side, you can't use the hook shot easily.
No.
But yeah, so you just check these.
Personally, I just equip lens here, but I know equipping takes time, so. If you do get on your first guess, it does save time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, so Quar is going to be heading into Ice, going to get Requiem and go check Spirit. Methinks so is already done checking Spirit, knows it can't go anywhere. It's heading over to Child Fishing to clean up this child check. And I don't think Methinks so has any more child checks to do. Playing Sun's song?
Unless he's gonna go. Oh, he's probably unless he's gonna push skulls.
Potentially.
Or unless he was realizing time of day that by the time he got in, because Fishing Hole has a very interesting quirk that if you go in right at the beginning of dawn or right at the beginning of evening, the fish are a lot more active. That makes it a little crazy.
Okay, I thought you were gonna bring up that time of day slows to like, what was it, like 13 times slower or something in here?
Does it?
Yeah, it doesn't stop. It's just extremely slow in Fishing Hole.
That makes sense. I just know Fishing Hole has that other particular quirk where the fish become a lot more active if you go in right as the time of day changes.
So much attention paid to a side minigame about fishing. someone on Ocarina of Time was like, fishing. And honestly, I just think the time of day changes because when you go fishing, it just feels like everything slows down because you're just sitting there.
that is true. Because I think, but out of all the Zelda games for fishing, I feel like Twilight Princesses is the most in depth.
Yeah, time slows when you're not having fun. Hyper. Some people like fishing mini games and they're games that aren't a fishing game. I'm not one of those people, but you know, maybe my mind would change if I did Sonic Adventure speedruns as Bit the Cat. Probably not. I'd probably hate it even more.
You just gonna keep asking yourself, why does Froggy keep getting away from me?
Mm-hmm. So Aeronaut actually decided to go check inside Ganon's castle, Dents. So, because we are just, again, Hover Boots Casino, so we're just checking density here. We already know on Restream that it is Fire Temple highest Goron as a review, so. And you're right, methinks so using time of day to push Skulltulas.
That makes sense.
We know 20 is dead, 10 was dead. Would you say checking 20 skulls over like 2 hours and 22 minutes in is a late skull check?
I would definitely say it's late because generally in these settings, unless you do find the hint 20, you still probably play.
Yeah. Wari getting through the Silver Rupee room, almost done with Ice. Aeronaut going through Trial still, will not get reward for it, other than if you think the bigger wallet's rewarding.
Alright, methinks so is... He's playing Bolero. He's
Ooh,
going
this might be it.
He might be going for Deep Fire.
If you don't go Deep Fire, I'm gonna be here for a while. Oh,
and
no,
he's going
Deep
for
Fire. All right. Methinks says resigning to do. I like Deep Fire before Water. I like this, especially since we know from hints the Darkling Loop is dead. which he has written down, so it's already 2 checks off. So now you know, okay, well, I got 7 items in water. Water is not required. And at this point you go, okay, well, are those 7 checks really going to be much more fast or rewarding than just climbing back up fire? Not by much, especially if you get key locked and then you go, oh, I'm not supposed to be here in the first place.
Yep.
So I do think this is a safer in retrospect. Which, we think so. We can't see it on the restream, but from the commentary page, we could see his tracker, and he does have the Dark Link hint noted.
Mm-hmm. Now for Kawari, he is going for a Requiem. Yep, following the Spirit Temple.
Yep. It's going to check adult side, then child side, find out, oh, I'm not supposed to be here. The rare actual use of the Fire Temple shortcut coming into play. I don't see this often.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so at this pacing, methinks so is definitely going to go mode this before Aeronaut does.
Mm-hmm.
I believe, again, Aeronaut has wind set up in there, so Aeronaut can wind back up, but again, I just don't know when Aeronaut's going to get around to it. This is one of those seeds where even though you can get Ganondorf's light arrow hint in the fight, it's not useful because you got to complete Shadow Temple to get up to Ganondorf to get the boss key, and you're just gonna stumble across lights while doing Shadow anyways.
Yep. And I will admit that was the one thing that made it interesting for Season 8, that it required light arrows for you to then get to.
Yeah, so it basically took information out by eliminating that hint.
But then again, while adding in the Path to Evil's Bane.
Yeah, to compensate, balance it out. Alright, Aeronaut actually using wind to get back to GTG. I guess they also have wind in GTG. Man, I'm just getting gas on where they're dropping wind.
Yeah, starting out with wind makes things very interesting in terms of routing. Like, okay, when do you drop wind, and when do you wish to go back?
Yeah, and again, saves a lot of time when you have a lot of foresight on it, like Fur did, dropping wind in here even though they were done, so they can come back to get that Megaton Hammer chest fast. Kawari's going back to Child to do Child Side Spirit like we expected.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks so is almost a highest Goron's gonna peek that chest probably and see, oh, I need to do that. And then after that, methinks so will be effectively go moded. As again, they're gonna run the light arrows in Shadow. Oh, they also do the sidestep setup.
Nice.
Very good. Thank you for the raid. Slayer, hello and welcome in Raiders. This is the weekly race on League rule set. Pretty far into the seed. Our runners are looking for hover boots, the ones that are left on Restream. 3 racers have actually finished this weekly already, but we haven't had anyone else finish in over 15 minutes now. So this is definitely a difficult seed where it could end up pretty quick, like we saw with Fur and Icola and Blue Guy, who already finished. But
I'm betting you it's because of those hover boots being where they were.
Oh, absolutely. Again, dipping out fire after finding boss key and shortcut. That's a smart play. That's a gamble you're taking, but it's a calculated one. Unfortunately, it's just not one that pays off. Being more thorough was the play to make here.
Mm-hmm.
As methinks so is about to find out when they open that highest Goron chest. They're going to see here that the hammer chest isn't anything, and they're just going to start slamming switches down. Alright, so Kawari already going back to adult, not finding anything on the child side of Requiem, knowing that it's not spirit. So where are we going now? Please play Bolero. We want you to play Bolero. That's what you need to be doing.
Nocturne.
That's Nocturne.
He is going for a Shadow Dip.
Yeah, this is the same thing Aeronaut did. Will not get rewarded for it, unfortunately. As we have this moment while we see some things that we've already seen, we do want to remind everybody that there are more Master Quest tournaments going on that will likely be appearing on Restream here. I know there is one tomorrow. Looks like we're still looking for maybe some comms for it. And then there is some more that are going to be happening throughout the week. And then again, for this league tournament, where Simes closed last night, they're going to be settling divisions this weekend. So those who signed up should be finishing their division placement. And then races should start next week, probably, for it.
And Kawari finally played Bolero. He's going for it.
Oh, yeah, let's get it, Kawari. Let's go. Follow me, think so in. Gonna find their hovers before Aeronaut does. I want to say that I did like a lot of Aeronaut's more aggressive plays here.
Mm-hmm.
It's just he chose to orphan the wrong checks. He put off Boomerang longer than anyone else. Just left pose there and mark it. Put off Child Cack forever.
Oh yeah, and also left
magic.
magic.
Yeah. I think that bomb bag is what hurt the most. He didn't do Child Cack until after over an hour, and so he didn't have bomb bag for a really long time. Kawari not using that wall to buy Tunic, which Kawari could definitely make this, but I do like my Tunics.
Yep, but he's also got the fairies for it too, so.
Oh, that's true. He's got 2 bottles of fairies. All right, yeah, I totally forgot about that. Make it. Oh, but it's okay.
Almost, a fairy.
Almost.
Yeah, that's the one thing that sucks about that room. The timer doesn't stop.
No, it's a tight timer when you're going through without full 5 hearts. But, you know, when you already have 2 fairies in the bottle, who wants to go buy a Goron Tunic? That's out of the way.
Exactly.
All right, so Aeronaut's heading back out to Zora's River after doing GTG. Has Aeronaut checked River yet? Is that what we're seeing here? I think it's so.
Looks like it, yep.
Wow, 2 hour, 30-minute River. Ooh, wait, Skulls? We pushing Skulls now. 12. Okay, so yeah, so Aeronaut's just not been doing Skulls for like over an hour. Aeronaut's had 11 Skulls for a while, according to his tracker.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Methinkso's hover boots. Methinkso is go. He's mad.
Totally understandable. Totally understandable.
It feels bad saying I am abandoning deep fire and then shield spamming once you find hovers casinoed all the way up on highest Goron.
Right now, I have my eyes on Kawari's stream just to see how he reacts.
Oh, true. Shield flicks are never happy, Fenris.
I do some shield flicks on. I just do some shield flicks when backwalking across Hyrule Field, just pass the time.
That's true.
Oh, those aren't angry. Those aren't angry shield flicks. It's just what else do I do?
Ooh, nice fall from Kawari down from Pierre. I'm too afraid to ever do that jump.
Yeah,
sorry, go on.
Yeah, I'm also scared. I just end up back at the very beginning, like, nah.
I'm a magnet for falling down the pit. Oh, I got the small hop off the ledge.
I don't think he jumped at all. That was just weird.
It happens. Sometimes the game's like, I'm not going to jump for you, but made it over the firewall still.
I think the worst jump in the game is when you're trying to go trail after blowing up the boulder. So if you're playing vanilla,
right, yeah.
If you're trying to play vanilla and you're trying to go up to the top of trail.
Yeah, near the cow grotto.
Yep.
Yeah. That jump sucks. Luckily, I haven't subjected myself to it. Okay, Kawari did the turn that I was taught, where face the wall, turn to the left, then Z target and backwalk. Kawari seeing that highest Goron chest, pausing for a second. So hilariously, we could have skipped Megaton Hammer if we had those hover boots sooner. We just hover boots straight across from the doorway in this room and go through the top. But those are our hover boots, so we can't. That's not open to us.
Nope,
And we don't have Song of Time to play Move the Block Down either, because that's Burning Cack.
Which is locked by fire.
Well, it's locked by shadow. So, yeah, you have to go up to Megaton Hammer to get down to that chest.
Yup.
Rough.
Gotta go the vanilla route.
We went out for treats, but everything melted but vanilla. So Methinks so looks like it's going to be they're going to be finishing next here on Restream. The question is, can they snag that 4th place? It'll be interesting to see what the all the final times are in the race room later, as we have already seen quite the disparity in finishes here. We still haven't found a 4th place finish after 20 minutes still. So finding the routing that Fur, Icola, and Blue Guy hit was actually more difficult than it's looked. Fur made it look pretty easy.
Right, but again, it's that feeling of, oh, Din's at the bottom, Boss Key in the middle. You just don't really think about going to the top for hovers.
Yeah, you're like, that's not very fast, and there's some dense places I still gotta check, especially since Spirit was still in play at that point. Aeronaut doing some overworld cleanups. Oh, Kawari just going for the fall from here. Nice. I'm glad they took some time to set that up and not just yellow it. I've seen people miss this in races. It's an easy jump to actually get disoriented on and mess up. And there are their hover boots. Kawari locked in, not really reacting to that, just being like, alright, well, that's unfortunate, but time to go do Shadow and finish this seat.
Alright. no angry shield flicks.
Nope. There are some runners where like they get big setbacks like that or unfortunate surprises, and they're like, well, oh well, I made that decision earlier. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off, but I'm locked in. Let's finish this.
Yep.
And you think so about to find light arrows here?
And that's go mode. But
so unfortunately, those strength 3s kind of baited everybody into going and checking OGC and IGC.
Yep.
The rare, we get strength 3 early, but don't care. And once Methinks so finds Boss Key in the back, they'll be done. Unfortunately, they're basically gonna have to do all of Shadow Temple since Boss Key is in the back of Deep Shadow.
Yep. But at least we don't have to talk to the manager.
No, Aeronaut's Child again. What child checks has Aeronaut not done?
He has the hint for treasure chest game, so that shouldn't be it.
No. Never did Hyrule Castle? Barry?
Maybe not.
Aeronaut's really putting off going back to Deep Shadow, which I don't blame him, because like the other runners, it's like, you've already chosen not to do that. You don't want to, if you're going back there, you're already getting punished. So you want to hope that it's somewhere else and you made the right call. But I'm glad that Methinks so reasoned, no, I'm doing this before water. Like, it's saving him quite a bit of time. It might help his placement here. Oh, trying to do the bomb shoe strat. Save the climb. I don't see the bomb shoe strat in the keys very often.
It's actually
Methinks so.
That's actually interesting to learn.
Somewhere. Yeah. Methinks so went to Ganon, so probably has wind in Ganon, so probably doesn't want to drop it.
Yep, that would make sense.
Yeah, that shoe setup actually looks pretty easy. I don't know how much faster it is than shooting with a bow, but...
Well, it's definitely faster than climbing up and shooting them with the bow.
That's true.
Because from what it looks like, you just side hop as much as you can to the left and right sides, and just drop it.
Yeah.
Oh, almost got blown away.
Almost, but made it.
Saved it.
I don't know why that. I know they were like fine on that backwalk, but when someone's backwalking near a ledge, I'm like, oh man, I hope you're not skewed.
That's what usually happens to me with my Iron Boots side hops. I always somehow skewed. I'm like, get straight again. Just don't hop down.
Corey taking the lens to peek rather than kill all the enemies in there. Something that we can do very frequently this season with lens being given. Aeronaut actually checking the Sun Song grave. I forgot that no one's actually peeked in there yet. Wild. Yeah, so Aeronaut's just cleaning up all the overworld. Because at the point of like when you're making those decisions where I am not doing this, so like we talked about earlier, we call this orphaning, where you're like, yeah, I know there's checks up there, but if it's that, oh well, and I'm just gonna leave those to save time to chase density. Again, even though you know that could be an option, you've already written it off in your mind. You want to go chase things that aren't that decision because you don't want to, punish yourself if you don't have to for making that skip.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon lights.
Yep.
All right, so let's see here. So, is there anything we haven't talked about with League that we want to mention? Again, signups for the tournament are closed. Brackets will be decided this weekend, and then races start next week.
Yeah, those are the main things, and just settings deals are just treasure chest game. You cannot brute force. You need magic and lens, which you start off with lens anyway.
Yep. And there's the League information if you're curious. Yeah, we did a weekly stream of League last week, and that was a good demonstration of League, which I'm glad to get these in on the weekly, so it can warm people up to what to expect for watching League here on Zelda Speedrun Restreams.
Yeah, Virgil. I think I remember watching at least one of those races. It never feels good seeing a race decided like that.
No, there's a lot of things left up to chance and randomizer, but that's one of them that feels bad because that's not like a big brain routing. That's just a YOLO. I don't know what to do. Ooh, I win now.
Yeah.
So I understand with that being turned off. And that's a cool setting ad. Oh, that reminds me. That is a new setting on the dev branch of the Ocarina of Time randomizer, which Trez is looking for more people to bug test that. If you want more information, check out the Ocarina of Time randomizer Discord in the announcements. Otherwise, if you don't want to be a bug tester, you could always, just go play around with it. Check it out. Kawari doing Iron Boots list fan haul. Nice. Very good. Excellent execution. Aeronaut getting baited into doing water, unfortunately. But again, you don't want to go back to deep fire because you've already written it off. So I understand the mindset here for Aeronaut. It's just not going to pay out. But I believe we're key locked in water pretty fast, and we know the left side's dead. Because Kawari was not here for very long. And then Methinks So now in the Bongo Bongo fight. And he's going to run straight into Gain's Castle after this. 150 beats per minute man time. Yeah. For those who don't know, what Virgil's referring to in Twitch chat is that the advice is you have to crouch stab with a jump slash at 150 beats per minute. So BPM to one cycle Bongo Bongo. I've never taken a metronome to that one. I just spam.
I just do Master Sword quick spins.
Oh yeah, quick spin's a good one. You can quick spin that.
Let's see, and the only song I know of off the top of my head that's 150 BPM is Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Wow. Yeah, the Dark Magician Girl skin's a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
Also alluding to the Mirror Force being Mirror Shield. First time I saw that, I left. So Methinks is going to be finishing up here in the next 8-ish minutes, so let's make sure to keep an eye on that one. I'm going to have a corner of my eye looking at Aeronaut here, figuring out where he leaves water.
Oh, so the Methinko's going back in to work with wind, because I think a lot of people set the wind up at the Stalfos, I think.
Yeah, I think the reason they set wind in there, I learned this from watching one of the previous restreams, is that if you're fast to set wind after killing the Stalfos, you can actually skip the cutscene, and it saves you like 1 second or something.
Oh, interesting. I just go for the full climb and just take care of the Iron Knuckle.
Hyper, you use a Christmas song for Bongo? That sucks. Sorry, dude, that sucks. I don't want to hear Christmas music during Christmas, let alone outside Christmas.
And then Despacito?
Ooh, Cola finishing 4th with 2:44.22.
GG's.
Which Cola is, I think, the returning champion from last year's league. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. There's four different soft drinks in the community, so sometimes I feel like I'm hallucinating. But GG's to Cola. So yeah, even Cola had a hard time with this one, but still placing 4th. So actually, still killed it when you think about it.
Yeah.
Do you think so? Right behind Cola here. Gonna finish the next few minutes. So yeah, Aeronaut getting stuck in water, going back into forest.
Oh no.
That's unfortunate.
And he's already full cleared forest.
Yeah. What? Skulltula? Skulltula from the first? No, he already grabbed... Is he coming back here for skulls?
I think so.
Damn, that's a play. I don't think I've seen that. Coming back to a full cleared stone forest for skulls. Well, methinks so. Let's see. Methinks so. Get those crouch stabs off.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Ooh, let's go. Quick kill on Dwarf, saving a little bit over time we saw from Fur, who had a 2-cycle. Let's hope that methinks so in the upper right here has a good Ganon's as well.
Time for our second round of bacon.
Stop. I'm so hungry. I just went to the store this morning too, and I did not buy bacon, so makes it even worse. Yeah, Aeronaut come back here for skulls. These are fast skulls. Forest is fast skulls, but coming back into a full cleared forest for the skulls. Ah man, that's a mood you don't want to be in. There are 2 types of cholesterol, a good and bad cholesterol, Lady Draco's point in chat. I don't know which type bacon gives you, but it's good for the soul at least. Alright, methinks so on Ganon. Getting those power crouch stabs off on the tail. Alright, first part done. Let's see if methinks so can grab 5th. And now Kawari, finishing Shadow, is primed to now go off to Ganon's castle. Which they did set wind in there earlier, so they're going to backwalk right back into Shadow and use wind to get over there. They are low in health, but I think they still have 1 fairy left, so worst case scenario, if they get clipped on something, they're good. And then methinks so. Get ready for your GGs for methinks so. About to finish Ganon right here.
Oh yeah, Kawari set his wind right after the Iron Knuckles. Yep. And he'll get a health refill. He'll get a nice health refill from Dorf.
That's true. I always forget Dorf loves us.
Yeah, but he doesn't love us enough for magic.
That's true. But GG may think so. And that is our 5th place with 248.05. What a good seed, Sup Cola. Yeah, Fur killed it on Restream. Fur went, Child immediately went and got Bomb Bag out of Kakarika, which set him up to reduced some backwalking, and then when they went in fire, they committed to doing deep fire and found that casino hovers. Which the other 3 here on Restream did not commit to deep fire. You had 20 skulls left and fighting hovers, that's it. Yeah, that's a similar position Aeronaut's in, who... Yeah, Aeronaut's just pushing 20 skulls by going back to a completed forest temple to grab skulls.
Right, yeah.
He's not gonna now it's going to go check 20. He's not going to find it on 20. It's going to be like, damn. Because Aeronaut did make the same decision methinks Quarry made, which was, I am not doing deep fire. We're just going to leave that, and Aeronaut's committing to not doing deep fire, which is a play I respect. When he's running out of checks, he's going to have to go to deep fire if he wants to finish this seed. Kawari about to get in fight Ganon here, so get ready with the GG for Kawari. Might take 6th here. Did Aeronaut miscount skulls? Why are we getting the one on top of house? He's at 20.
See, what, actually, he assumes that he. So yeah, there's our 20. Yeah, he thought
he already marked it.
Yeah, he marked it so because he was planning on getting that one. I do the same thing too. I just calculate. Okay, I'm in the area. I'll get these skulls and just mark them right now.
Yeah, it saves time on clicking. Oh, Aeronaut pausing on the 20 check. I think Aeronaut might be thinking about DNF here or something.
Yeah, he's thinking.
He's like, anyone coming in late to the race, remember you can watch us on a VOD later here on Twitch or on YouTube. Zelda Speedruns. Aeronaut resetting. Was there something to scum?
Ooh.
He scummed back to water to swim out? I can't tell if he forgot that he didn't do deep fire or if he's okay, no, he remembered. Maybe he was just deciding not to, and then he's like, I guess I have to. I think he was thinking, was there anything that I haven't checked yet? And the answer is no.
Yeah, but interesting he chose to save scum in that way.
It might have been just because he was thinking like, I don't remember if I did Adult Lake or if I could do more in water potentially, having take a pause because he could have gotten like, was there anything I didn't do? And then he might have forgotten to go back. But yeah, that's GG to Kawari. 7th place with 251.28. So congratulations to those on Restream who finished early, and anyone else who participated in Weekly that is already finished. Definitely a great. We were talking about this earlier, Saigo and I. Good seed to demonstrate league settings and how you can really get go moded pretty fast depending on where you fall in, and sometimes you just kind of get stuck. I don't think anyone who's finishing this seed on this past 3rd place played poorly at all. They made some good aggressive choices that would normally pay off, and unfortunately abandoning fire halfway through is just not one of those. But, you know, I think something that I learned when watching Standard Season 8 is if there's something good in fire, it's on, like, highest score on Hammer Chest. It's never, like, in the front of fire. I mean, we did find Dins, but hovers.
Yeah. That typically tends to be the case with fire.
Absolutely. And I talked about this before, but out of the 4 runners we had on Restream here, Aeronaut was definitely the most aggressive, and unfortunately the very aggressive plays didn't pay off. Being more thorough definitely helped out, which is why I think we saw Fur and Ikola get 1st and 2nd, as both those runners tend to be more on the thorough side for checks.
Ooh, Cola. Unfortunately, the entire forest, DTD Spirit, Ice, Water, all before Jabu. Ooh.
Ooh, that is rough. Aeronaut ended up in a similar position Aeronaut did Ice first out of everyone here on Restream and got similarly punished. Also checked Spirit before then because of getting Requiem. Went back to GTG after already being there once. So it looks like Cole and Aeronaut maybe kind of had a similar idea. Aeronaut maybe just spent more time, because Aeronaut's cleared everything in the overworld. I have not seen this way to get the highest score on before. What?
I've never seen that either. What?
Wow, I didn't even know you could bomb jump up that. Okay, cool. Adding that to the playbook, stealing that for later.
Takes notes.
Yeah. And, yeah, Aeronaut just not even checking it, just going, alright, what is this? And there are hovers. Pausing on it. Yep, that doesn't feel good. I know Aeronaut. Aeronaut, this was a rough seed. Getting that forest path to Wallet for Tunic logic sucks. And then that in Hovers Casino. That was almost... If Aeronaut did Hammer Chest, that would have last location for Aeronaut, unfortunately. That's so niche. Yeah, right? I'm like, wow, what a very specific scenario for that bomb jump. Like, I'll probably never use it, but now I know it's there.
Well, if you're happen to find yourself there without hovers, then it would make sense.
Oh yeah, but what a niche scenario considering hovers are fairly often in logic for fire in these settings. But yeah, this is one of those situations where Alright, so Aeronaut's going to finish the seed up. But yeah, these have been, so far, our weekly too. We've had League settings on here twice on Restream. We had the last weekly last Saturday, we had this one. Been having a lot of fun commentating and watching League. Been watching some runners like Alpha, Hyper, Chuckles are all practicing League, and then Saigo, you've been practicing League, you told me earlier.
Yep.
Yeah. So make sure to follow the runners. I know it's not 3-hour mark. We're 5 minutes from it, but I'm going to do it anyways because we're in a shadow that we know is going to go mode. So we want to thank our trackers today, Lady Draco and Warren Traveler, for pulling double duty, tracking 2 runners each. That's a lot of information to keep straight. We also want to thank our restreamer Trez. Thank you very much, Trez. Our runners Aeronaut, Me Think So, Fur, and Kawari getting us hyped for League and sharing our streams with us. And then finally, Saigo for being here with me. Thank you very much.
And also, yep, shoutouts to Out of This World Burrito, the co-commentator of this fine stream.
Thank you. You're an MW main now, Hyper? Damn. Multi-world, huh? Well, I have heard Hyper is very proud of his multi-world team name. I'm not going to say it. He can tell everybody in chat what it is. But he's very excited to share about it with me all the time. And speaking of Alpha, who was on Restream last week, Alpha is on Hyper's multi-world team, and I believe Okishi's the third member? Hyper will correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, multi-world tournament, it's also fun.
I know it's another little little sidebar. We also have a co-op blitz starting up soon, the new season.
Oh, do we know when?
I don't remember the specific date, but I do know that it's coming soon.
Okay. What is soon is more Master Quest tournament, as we've talked about throughout the restream here on Zelda Speedruns. And that Master Quest tournament is coming to the head. Should be finals pretty soon, I think. Let me check that, see if we got a full staff for tomorrow's race. Yeah, so tomorrow at 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Eastern, we may have another weekly race with a Gerudo Weekly. There probably is a restreamer for that one. And then at noon tomorrow Pacific or 3 p.m. Eastern, there is a race for the Master Quest lower round between Rafa and Alpha. It looks like we might be able to make that restream happen. And then there's some other Master Quest tournaments going on during the week, and with some semifinals coming up in the winner's bracket. And yeah, and again, reminder, I know this restream is getting to its peak here with Aeronaut finishing up, but no spoilers for the grand finals for Season 8 that happened yesterday. It was just 24 hours ago, barely. So no spoilerinos. And Aeronaut's is going to be cleaning up, going to run into light arrows here, which he did. I looked away, and Aeronaut's very fast. You know, obviously, did not get paid out in some of the decisions he made this seed, but he's a very well-known, strong runner when it comes to execution, so the Shadow Temple's going to be fast. Unfortunately, he's going to have to go all the way back to the wood wall spike room to get keyed, but,
yeah, but
not as fast as he'd want it.
Yeah, that'd just be how Rando be with the key placement.
Yeah. Yeah, so looking forward to League, and there's also other tournaments like Saiga was talking about. So there's always something going on in the Ocarina of Time Randomizer community.
Yep, we got Grand Finals, Triforce Blitz, Multi-World, you name it.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Gotta go check Pa Room. We know it's 5 rupees, but still looking for that boss key for Aeronaut. Yeah, he's climbing to throw a bomb in. Sees his rupees and it's like, alright. Using the wind strat to get back out. We didn't see our other runners do this because they had wind already placed in Gan's castle. So they weren't able to utilize that to get out quickly, so they had to kill the keys. And now we're gonna see another Iron Bootsless fan here.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta put nuts on. You need the nuts. That big, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was that big Skulltula is gonna troll you if you don't know it.
Yep.
I hate this big Skulltulas in Shadow. Specifically the ones on the run down to the guillotine room. I don't know why, every time I throw a nut in that hallway, I never angle towards the wall, so I just throw it down the ramp and it goes past them.
Oh yeah, those ones, yep.
Every time.
I just walk down and just one-shot them as quickly as I can.
Yeah, that's probably smart. I want to go fast though. Just like Aeronaut goes fast. He's killing this Shadow. Yeah, so we've talked about the Hyper Match of the Multi-World Tournament. We've talked about League a lot. We've talked about a lot. Is there any other tournaments coming up soon? When does Scrubs usually happen?
Scrubs typically happen around the summertime, so we're still quite a ways out from.
All right. Well, my goal is to practice up and enter Scrubs this year. I think that's the goal I'm setting for myself.
I think what's going on now is that Scrubs is actually putting on a beginner blackout bingo deal.
Oh, bingo!
Yeah.
Cool. I haven't watched a bingo thing in a while. I was actually talking to my friend the other day when we were doing Archipelago, and I was just like, like, bingo basically inspired Rando, and he's just like, oh, that makes sense. I'm like, yeah. Everyone used to do bingo, man, and then Rando started showing up, and everyone's like, wow, it's like bingo, but like, we don't even need to know his name-o. Aeronaut being cold to the Solfos.
As you do.
I don't know, I throw down with the bones. Kills time. Not faster. Just gives me something to do other than stand on ferry, especially when you're in a go-moded Shadow situation and you're just like... You don't even have anything to think about. One thing that's nice about an earlier Shadow, when it happens, not that it happens often given the item requirement, ferry's a good time just to think. You just sit there and wait, you're like, what am I going to do after this? Maybe I should review my paths.
Yeah, Shadow's that way, and I feel like Forest is another one for me, where it's so linear that you then just stop to think, okay, what else do I do after?
Yeah, absolutely. Forest is just push blocks.
Think to yourself, why am I even pushing all these?
You're like, dang, I have fast block pushing on, and they're still not fast enough. We should have a randomizer tournament where we have a setting in rando that turns fast push block into ice push block. Just make every block pushing harder.
Well, let's see. I think that would kind of make the first block even. I think that would kind of make the first hole in forest.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can't pull ice blocks, so that would make Sunroom impossible in Spirit on Child Side.
Oh yeah.
On Block Room. Yeah. I guess you couldn't do that. Unless you start turning checks off for it, which, man, that'd be a meme.
Mm-hmm.
Why are these locations excluded? Oh, they're impossible with the ice block push setting. Why do we have that on?
But the one thing I know players are happy about, no vanilla block speed.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, Spirit and Forest would be even longer.
Yeah, I run defense for the Forest naysayers. They'd be like, Forest is boring. I'm like, I don't know, it's got good atmosphere, and the color pose are cool, and I like the vibes, but if it was not fast block pushing, I'd probably be a Forest hater.
Come on, Aeronaut.
I got things to do other than push blocks.
Alright, come on, Aeronaut.
I'm gonna see spin. Nah, he's going for the crouch stab.
Oh, he was one off.
For cycle.
One off. I would have just done quick spins.
Yeah, we're at 3 hours and 5 minutes. Aeronaut's basically played the whole game to this point that he could. So I'd definitely be fatigued and a little peeved. I'd be like, man, I do like everything.
Yes, well, especially with how
Roses. Oh, go on.
Yeah, especially with how long he paused at the hover boost. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure he was upset.
No one was happy. Me think so. Got some shield spams out of it. Aeronaut paused, was like, oh man, what am I doing? And then Kawari locked in, but probably didn't feel good about it eternally. But congrats to Blue Roses finishing 8th. GG.
GG's.
Should have gone with Mariah Carey. No. I'm gonna find a different song for 150.
Let's see if there is anything else. Let's see. 150 BPM. Fallout Boy has one.
Oh no. I mean, which one is it?
Sugar, We're Going Down.
Oh, I'm using that. That's a meme territory. The only thing bigger meme is if Weezer had something.
Not that I'm seeing, no.
Yeah, I think Weezer exists at 120 BPM, but they just live there.
Well, there's Everlong by Foo Fighters.
That's harder to sing to, IMO. I guess you could just play the guitar part back in your head. They're not in Ganon's Castle. Gonna head up and finish this seed, and that'll be it for the weekly race today. But like I said, looks like we have another one scheduled for tomorrow morning, early on, 9 p.m. Eastern. Looking like we're gonna have an MQ stream tomorrow too for the MQ tournament. So come and check that out. Even if you're not a big MQ fan, it's been a really cool tournament to watch, and kind of nice to de-rust on MQ, at least knowledge base. Also, just forgetting some trauma that I buried with MQ. Looking at you, Jabu. I hate MQ Jabu. Everyone's like, oh, it's funny because of cows. I'm like, yeah, it's funny until you casually run into the room with the Octo Rocks and Gold Skulltula normally, and you're trying to get the Gold Skulltula. You're like, how do I do this room? It's like, oh, there's 2 invisible keys on the opposite side of the room.
Oh my gosh.
So rude. Skyreus finishing in 9th. Cool.
GG's to Skyreus. One hit from Aeronaut and
he's fine.
He's good.
He'll clutch it. He's good.
With the one iron knuckle parry, I was like, oh no.
Yeah, right. Pepper's coming for you. He's adding some spice to the end of your seed.
Mm-hmm. There's still a chance he might make top 10.
It's true. I don't know how many people were in the race room. I haven't been looking at the race room, so. Been having pretty good participation in the weeklies though, especially since they've been doubling as league practice for people.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing to bring up is that if you are enjoying the restreams and ever want to get involved, there are opportunities to volunteer. You don't have to commentate like we are, but you can if you want by volunteering for that. Similarly, you can volunteer to track. There's going to be a lot of races during the league season because they're all 1v1s, so there's going to be a lot of matches and opportunities to participate in that. There's also the opportunity to become a restreamer yourself and coordinate this. So we appreciate any and all help. But
also, Aeronaut getting the clean 1 cycle from Ganondorf.
yeah, showed us how it's done. And now we're going to get a clean Ganon. Hope I didn't jinx him.
There is such a thing as commentator's curse.
Yeah, I know. I don't think I cursed anyone today. I don't think. It's hard to tell sometimes.
Not that we know of, anyway.
Yeah. Let's get hype. Aeronaut's gonna finish here soon. Long-awaited game fight. Ooh, Chloe finishing in 10s with 310.
GG's Chloe.
Yeah. Lots of participants in this week, but again, everyone excited for League, and they want to get that practice in before matches start next week.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, going for the jump slash on the tail. Just missing though. That's alright. Ooh, got that one.
Oh,
there we go. Get rid of your GGs. I'm like, unless he gets sniped, or else can grab 11 to him. Nope. Oh. That's it. GG or not?
GG's?
GG's. Yep, there it is. Finished 11th. There we go. Cut off on a commentary restream really fast, but that's it.
You probably just pushed the button and couldn't push stop streaming.
Yeah, right. Trez, come close this. Whoever got delegated the restreamer role.
Yep, there you are. There's Trez.
I'm here.
Welcome.
I was watching. Don't worry, it's all fine.
I thought you went for milk and forgot.
Yeah, well, I wanted to do that 6 years, but then they found me, and now I can never leave, you know.
Oh, fair.
I'm bound to stay here for all eternity.
This is your Twilight Realm. You broke the mirror.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Oh yeah, hey, what a seed. Congrats to Farah for winning, and big shoutouts to all our volunteers, to Saigo, to Out of This World Burrito, to One Traveler, and of course to Lady Draco. So that's it for now. We have a few more runners, so let's see if we can raid one of them. Yeah, might as well raid Skygar. With that, thank you all so much for watching, have a good one, and see you next time.